Hello world. Hello internet.
Hello.
How you doing, guys? Today we're here with Mamba.
Hello.
We have a little talk shit show. How do you read is depending on you. Talk shit or talk shit show. It's depends how you read, I guess. So we have 5 topics each. It does not mean we're gonna go through all of it. I think we can. I don't think we should be time bound. I have unlimited time today, but what I'm thinking, we just keep the topic going as long as it works. If we
Mhm.
have something to say and just it works well, that's
Let it be
perfect.
natural, man. Let it
Yeah,
go natural.
exactly. I don't want it to be forced and oh, we're out of time. I don't care about that. We can just. I would just say keep the stream 3 hours. I think that would be a good spot for keeping the energy if you have
Yeah.
if you have time for that.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
than that, do you have yours? I have my 5 shits.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
got a
did you,
whole
did you figure
list.
it out yours? God bless.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Let's start with you.
Totally.
Let's
Well,
start with you. What's your first one?
I'm I'm autistic as fuck about history, right? So asking me. Okay. I'm not really fucking enough. Um,
Bro.
I'm autistic as fuck.
Dude, the Mo. Oh, it's the Mo. Hello, bro. Can't believe
um,
it.
I,
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
history. I love.
yeah.
I think schools do a really bad job of
Okay.
explaining like the cool parts of history, right? Like it's always like World War II, fucking, at least in American schools, it's like America
Okay.
carried, uh, we dropped a nuke, the end. But like
Oh. So
one of my
what?
favorite
Wait, let
stories,
me write it down. What was the topic? School history in school, or what? What's the topic of this?
we could talk about any type of history, but I was going to talk about a specific incident in World War One.
I have no idea. Okay. Let me just write it down as history question mark
Sure.
history
It's weird to see
question
you.
mark.
All right, bro.
Okay, go ahead, please. Carry away.
um, so in World War One, obviously a lot of like chemical weapons were used, right?
Okay.
Um,
You mean what
Mustard
flamethrower?
gas, sarin
Oh,
gas,
those.
right?
Okay.
Like they would put them in like artillery shells and like fucking shoot it,
Right.
and then like your trench would be filled with fucking gas, and then you would go night night forever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, Now there was one specific incident where this didn't work so well for the people who were attacking,
Okay.
and that was at Oswick Fortress in 1915.
Okay.
The Germans were attacking a Russian fortress, right? So they were shooting a fucking cannon. I forget what kind of gas it was. Um, and they shelled the Russian defenders with gas. And then the Russians who were inside were like, well, we can't stand in this gas forever. So let's just charge them. So these 700 Russian defenders who were like puking their lungs out, they had like red eyes, they were fucking covered in blood. They charged the Germans, and the 5,000 German attackers thought that the Russians were zombies. Um, and
Okay.
the Germans just fucking ran away because
Interesting.
they thought they had like fucking disturbed the fucking undead or something. I don't know, but
Okay. It's because how
so
they looked, because of the gas, or what that they were not
yeah,
hit by
so
the gas?
a lot of
Okay.
them were like puking up blood. They were fucking
Oh
like holding
wow.
their fucking guts as they were running. It was fucking crazy.
Oh
Like
shit.
if you didn't know, like you assume that gas would just instantly kill somebody, right? So like the idea of somebody just like running through the fucking the gas fields was fucking crazy, right? Like, what do you even do at that point? Like, you just assume it's a zombie, probably. Especially back then, when like, let's burn the fucking witch because she said she can write. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
we're in
I'm
the ancient
trying.
times.
So I'm a bit lost here, but we're talking about running through mustard gas. Do you mean like
Right.
as in? I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit confused. What's the point? I was just like, are you saying that?
I'm just sharing some history stories, right?
Oh,
So like
history story. Okay, okay. So
yeah, right. So
it's not a
the Germans
question.
thought
It's
they thought they were fucking zombies.
okay,
It's a funny little history story.
okay.
Another one is the Polish one time when they were in Iran. They got kicked out of Poland, right? So they adopted a bear, right?
Okay,
They
that's
bought
the
this
smart
bear from a
choice.
bunch of Iranians. And then they went back to fight on the front, and this bear had a lot of human habits. So this bear would smoke cigarettes with them, and it would it would drink alcohol with them. And
Bro.
they taught this bear how to carry boxes of artillery shells.
Okay,
Um,
that's
and
cool.
that's badass as fuck, right?
But like, how does it not eat you? Because it's
I
just
don't.
one like when you look. Okay, let's say you have your teenage kid, right? And they're
Mhm.
not in the mood, and they just fucking shut the door on you or whatever. Don't talk to me. I hate you. Haha. So if the bear does this, emo phase and just fuck you up and you die, why would you
That's what
keep
the
it
cigarettes are for.
to keep
That's
it
how they keep them
calm?
happy.
Holy shit, bro. That's to me
uh,
like I don't know. I see a lot of people like having like tigers and shit in their backyards and like
dude, hell nah.
bears.
Oh my
That's
god.
insane, bro. I don't. I I'm worried about your mental state. If you think, oh, this is my friend, it's like a dog. Even dog can fuck you up. You have a dog
Oh yeah.
because you're stronger, or the dog is a small, or like learn to. You teach them to, forcefully teach them to. You're the alpha male. You're the alpha.
Oh
They
yeah.
listen to you. How can you do that with a bear? If the bear,
I,
if it
I
decides, hey, how about you carry those fucking ammo right now? How about I smoke and you carry the fucking ammo? That's it. What you gonna do? Nothing.
it
It's
just
crazy
snaps,
to
bro.
me.
Even like a tiny chimpanzee can like rip your fucking face
Nah.
off.
Have you seen them
That
without hair? Holy
a
shit.
chimpanzee
Let me
without
pull
hair.
you. Let me pull you a photo, man.
Let me
Let me
see
pull this.
this.
People don't realize how strong they are. Shrimp without hair. Let me show you. It's fucking is just muscular fucking monster. Okay,
Jacked as hell.
watch this. Do you see this? Do you see its
Oh
fucking?
my
Do
god.
you see its arms? Its arms are the size of its fucking face. Okay. Do
Oh
you
my
see this?
god.
They are, yeah, yeah. And this is
Birds on
like,
fucking
and they think
steroids.
like, oh, it's just monkey. You will die. Like, the first thing they do is like they rip your arms and fingers and like they poke your eyes. This is a fucking monster, man. This is a beast.
I should get
This,
this as a pet.
oh yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think you should have two, so they keep each other company. Nah, man, to me is insane.
They start fucking plotting
And
on
they
you,
and
dude,
they
as long
having
as
them as
the AIDS
babies,
man.
and then they grow up, and then you're just like, oh, okay, I don't want to be around this. Like,
Yep.
what's the
You
story?
try to smack it like don't
Fuck
piss on the
no.
carpet and then
Oh
it fucking
god.
rips your face off.
Yeah. And he just eats your arm. It eats your fingers. Now I've heard about they had like of course in America. What else?
Of
They
course.
had
Yeah.
they had them. Hello, Gail. Thank you for following. They had in America. They had like baby chimpanzee, and they were having a birthday for it. So it was in diaper, like sitting, getting all the presents, and opening the presents, whatever. It's a monkey. It doesn't give a shit. It just wants to eat. And they were taking cameras, right? And they were flashing with the cameras, because they were taking
Oh
pictures.
GG.
And it just went fucking ballistic. And I don't know if anybody died, but it looked like after a war. There were blood everywhere, shit broken everywhere. Because the monkey just went in rage and just wanted to be alone and just fucking. What you gonna do?
I mean, as it should, bro. You're flashbanging it with a fucking camera. I would get pissed too if I was a monkey.
Shouldn't me away. I'm wondering.
There's like a famous 911 call in America or like this lady is calling because her friend got like her face ripped off by their pet monkey.
Oh yeah, I've heard about
Is
this.
it the same
Holy
one?
shit! No.
About-
It's maybe actually. I mean, there's multiple. It doesn't matter. Like there's a lot of sick people that grow like think them, but the chimpanzees their babies. It doesn't matter.
Classic.
It's
It's probably all in Florida too.
Another one I've heard about was where they there was like in the lab or somewhere. I don't know what they were doing with the monkeys, but this guy wanted to be nice, and like he brought a cake for one of the monkey, or maybe it was his birthday or something. I don't know. And other monkeys in the cage saw that, so he gave only one monkey the cake, right?
GG.
And then and then they didn't like it, and they broke out of their cages and they fucked him up, just because of the fucking greed and like, oh, you gave that monkey shit but don't give me shit. And they ripped off his testicles, they bite off his all fingers so he couldn't like fight back, and I think they just like rip his nose and like fuck up his eyes and like, yeah, because then they know like you need your fingers to do shit, so just fine, I'm gonna fucking, you're a man, so you have testicles, I'm gonna take that, thank you very much. I want.
They know our weak points.
It's crazy, man. Like, how would you even think?
The apes, bro.
So the topic history. No.
No monkeys.
Monkey. No.
That's what I live for.
Monkey.
Man, I love that.
Monkey. I like how it went from military straight back to monkey.
Everything
as
returns
always,
to monkey.
as always should. My favorite meme is where the gorilla says, I hit Wi-Fi back.
Lord
Kill
have
wife.
mercy, I'm about to bust.
Regret.
Gorilla sad.
Gorilla. Have you seen
Wife.
that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's my favorite one ever. I
fucking love that.
Kill wife. Regret. I feel like it's gonna be them talking shit about us, like when our civilization is fucked and we destroy everything and there's only like monkeys gonna be the next us, I believe.
Can you believe those fucking idiots nuked each other over a river?
I mean, they would like us. We don't know our prehistory. How far back can we go? We have no fucking clue. We can go back 200 years, well, whatever, 500 years, and that's it. There's no proof. There's no like nothing, Even and for the monkeys, imagine like if we have insane wars and kill each other and go to fucking Mars, how they gonna figure out anything? It's gonna take them forever to even like build any technology, and by that time, all our technology gonna rot away, and that's it. And they,
Dude, what if we're the aliens to them because we used to take them and put them in fucking cages?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Abraham got kidnapped by one of the tall ones.
Yeah, that's true, man.
They used to give him bananas and teach him how to speak their language.
Yeah, and that's the first, Adam and Eve, and we just grow them and fucking for sure, man. They're gonna like. To me, this is what like all the like prehistory that we have, all the stories, they connect to some bullshit things that happened, and then people make up a story, make up a lie, do some more extra, and just additional stuff on top, and that's how we have our stories. I mean,
there's a conspiracy theory about the years 900 AD to 1000 AD are just completely made up. Have you ever heard that?
No, but I can 1000% believe it, because how can we check?
Well, there was this. This isn't one of my topics. This is just fucking me yapping and being autistic. Fucking the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire the Emperor of France and the Pope had like this correspondence of letters where in the year 900 AD they were like, what if we ruled in the year 1000 instead? Wouldn't that be so much cooler? That's pretty much what it was. And I'm like, there's like
Great.
there's
Great.
like this weird lack of like corresponding evidence to events that happened between 900 and 1000. It's very
Right.
weird.
Okay, so they just pushed a century.
Just so that
Is
they
that
can
what you're
rule
saying?
in the year 1000, pretty much. That's
Okay,
the theory,
great.
anyway.
I mean, even then, who cares at this point? You know, like when people say, "Oh, at this year, this and this happened," who cares? Like, is it
True.
1,000 years ago or 15,000 years ago? You know, like we cannot check shit. Like maybe if you can like take this whatever you call, you know, like the carbonate footprint or whatever from the bones and like the stones and shit. Yeah, okay. But other than that, we have
Time is
no
made up anyway, dude. Fucking
exactly.
monkeys don't have time. And monkeys,
Time does
monkeys
not
are the
exist
most
for
pure.
monkeys.
They just are. They just are monkey.
Of
You
course,
know
they
what I
don't
mean?
care, man. I would love to go back, like I don't know, 20,000 years ago and see what the fuck was going on. I would love to. If they could
Probably
make
some
a
guy
window,
hitting two rocks together.
yeah. If they could make like a window, you know, and you just have a look in the past, dude,
Oh my
that would be
god.
amazing. I want to see
There
what they
probably
were
will be like
doing.
some AI fucking time travel tool someday where like you can put on a VR and then
Yeah,
you
but
just
it's
type in what you
fake.
want to
It's
see.
fake. They
Of
don't know what the fuck
course.
was happening. It's all, you know, speculation. Because I believe we're not the first. 100%. There's no
Well,
like
they would never let us time travel though,
exact.
bro, because like I would definitely like take a Glock and like throw it to Julius Caesar through the window. You know what I mean? Just to see what he does.
Okay. Now for me, because like there's no way that we're the only ones. Like you know, civilization and shit. Like the planet is so old, man. There's no way
Right.
that we're the first thinking monkey. You know, no chance. I'm sure something happened. Even like, look, how much we achieved in a couple hundred years, right? And how
Hmm.
many million years the Earth is old? I mean, the window for civilization is insane. So I don't
Right,
believe that
right.
we're the only ones. I'm sure it's gonna happen to us, and then after us, and we're gonna, you know, kill each other or go to space, and then the next civilization gonna take over, and maybe they invent shit differently. I don't know.
What if the monkeys that we have now were the first humans and then they made like a de-evolution bomb and then they fucking nuked each other with that and then they became monkey again?
Ah, okay, I like that.
We never
That's a
know.
cool
We'll never
idea.
know
Yeah, they don't.
until it happens to us and then we're
They
monkey.
put chemicals in our food so much that we go back to being primal state.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what America's doing pretty much. We got fucking Red 40 and everything. We got fucking
Yeah. You put paint, paint into the
uh,
food, paint and
there's
steroids.
fucking
That's great. Yeah.
rust in the water. We're fucking
Imagine if you give steroids to a chimpanzee, dude. It would fucking, I don't know. Would it even
that's a favorite
work?
pastime of the Floridians. There's a lot of meth in Florida, and
Yeah.
alligators just keep finding it. So
Oh,
alligators will eat the meth, and then you have meth gators, and
oh
then
my
the meth gator.
god.
You don't want to fuck with a meth gator. That's
What
like
the fuck?
a
I,
meth gator will easily kill like 20 people without like you can't even stop it.
so it's like hyper quick or like what? Aggressive?
I mean, have you ever seen like there's this one like video like this guy on meth gets shot in game like 20 times, and he just keeps coming.
What?
So now imagine an alligator on that.
Okay. Okay.
Like, what do you
Great. Great, man.
unless his brains are gone, like GG. You know what I mean? Like it's
Great.
over.
Great. Gators. I like how they look, but
Alligators are pretty cool.
they're cool looking animals, but I want to stay away. Like they make my fear of water even more prevalent. Like I don't
Oh
like
yeah.
water in general because I don't like going in the water if I don't see the bottom. It's fucking my mind is too fucked up. Like I can imagine shit that's not there. You know?
Well, it's just not fair because we don't even know what the fuck is in the goddamn water. Like
Yeah.
every time we go into the ocean, we find like 5 more species. So what the
Yeah.
fuck is stopping like this random patch of murky beach in fucking New Jersey that's filled with heroin and dirt from like having like a mutant fucking fish
Yeah.
that can
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
bite
Yeah.
my ankle off?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. 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 What was that saying? What if you come from Mars after big nuke war? Could be.
Mm. What if we're the Martians?
What if? I mean, that's the thing, man. Like anything goes now. Like if if you go to the space, let's say, and you the only, let's say, even if like the guys are now on the satellite, what's this called? The space station, right? Imagine you're there.
Yeah.
You have some food, okay, and there's a nuclear war on the planet, and everybody dies. And there's
Mm.
whatever 20 of you, and then somehow you managed, I don't know, crash into the lake, or somehow you managed to, fall without killing yourself immediately. You are the only
Into the
20 people
water.
on the planet that are like extremely smart and can do what you're gods, basically. If you have the scientists, they know how to make cement, do bullshit things, like all the medicine and shit. They know how everything works. So you're literally a god, and from that you can, make the monkeys work for you or do whatever,
I
and then
think
the
that's how the
story
pyramids were
comes.
built.
Yeah, because there might, I'm sure there was somebody that was in charge, and they were smarter for one reason or the other, and then we have the stories of these gods and shit. But it might have been people from previous civilizations, some survivors or some other bullshit, and that's it.
I think he Dr. Stone.
anyways, this was a topic: history, no monkey. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
It was quite big one.
Talked about literally anything except
Exactly. Exactly.
And
My
that's what
one,
this show is all about, damn it.
my one is going to be about audacity. Audacity. I know big words. Of homeless.
Oh, thank God somebody's
let me
saying
tell
it.
you why. Let me tell you why. Okay? Audacity of homeless. Let me tell you why. When you are homeless, okay, you don't have much choice, okay? So when I give you fucking money, and you say, hey, sir, do you have some cash for me? I say, yeah, here's your cash. And you say, nah, I only take 10s or 20s. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay? If I give you fucking coins, you better take the fucking coins. You don't have a choice. You are homeless. You like what's the saying? Beggars cannot be choosers. Okay?
Exactly.
Very simple, bro. Very simple. I hate it so much when people come to me.
Think so.
Oh, do you have £7? I'm like, sure, I have some coins. I go, oh, I need £7. Dude, shut the fuck up. Take what I give you and ask the next person the rest, okay? I don't care. I'm not gonna count and give you exactly £7. I'm not gonna give you a note, okay? I give you what I get. Or if I say, oh, I'm so hungry. I had a couple guys, man, pissed me off. I have a couple guys come to me. Oh, I'm so hungry, bro. Please, I haven't eaten for. I'm like, okay, no problem, bro. I got you. Let's go. What do you want? You want? I'm gonna get you a kebab. What do you want? You want this fucking chicken doner? We have McDonald's. What do you want? Tonight I'm in a good mood. I got you. Oh no. I need you to give me £15 for this. I have this restaurant near my home, Caribbean fucking meal, dude. No, shut the fuck up. If
$3
you don't have you don't have a choice. You want to eat? I'm gonna grab you to eat. You eat, yeah. That's it. Simple. I get your sandwich and you eat. Don't you? Do you feel the same or no? Please.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had a roommate. There was 3 of us that lived in the same place before, and this guy would buy homeless people stuff a lot. And I remember one time he was telling me he went and bought this guy chicken, and he came back and brought the guy the chicken, and then he gave the guy the chicken, and the guy looked at him and said, "Chicken, really? I'm good."
So
then
what
the
else
guy
did you
like,
expect?
like what?
Oh my god.
Bro, you're gonna starve to death. Eat it.
No, so what did they expect? Caesar salad?
Who knows?
I don't know, man. It's
A fucking
weird.
fine dining, bro. I don't know.
I had
I see why you're homeless now, bro. You spent all your
yeah,
money
stupid.
on the good shit.
You're
I don't
dumb.
know.
You're dumb. That's why. That's why you're homeless. I had this guy talk like I was giving them because my friend worked at Itsu. It's like a Japanese kind of fast food restaurant, and they had some leftover food. So I was having some leftover food, and I was like going through my area and giving to all homeless. Right, yeah, here's a sandwich, here's some sushi, here's some soup, na 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 na. And this couple, they're sitting on the street, okay, in their, they don't even have shoes in their socks. They have like a bed sheet covering them, and they're asking for money. They have, the sign, please, we're poor, we're broke, give us some money. Or food, they're like, I'm hungry, give us some money, something like that. And okay, perfect. That's my perfect, target. And I bring them that because I had like some sandwiches left, and I give them the sandwiches, and they're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's a sandwich, no, it's for you. No, you're welcome." And they're like, "Oh no, we are vegetarians." I'm like, "Huh?
Oh my god.
Huh? What did you just say?
All
Did you
right,
just say
bro,
that you're
go
vegetarian?
eat some fucking leaves off the
Excuse
trees,
me?
then, buddy.
You're not vegetarian. You're not vegetarian. You are homeless. Shut the fuck up and eat. Okay? Do not test my patience. I'm a vegetarian, bro. I had another guy who, I swear to God, he looked like he was dead. He was like fucked up, bruises everywhere. He had jeans, but like, imagine if you put a jeans that are 2 sizes too small for you. So they don't button up, and like they goes up to your calves, and that's it, like. And he was
got the ass cheeks hanging out.
He had those jeans on. He had no t-shirt, no shoes, hands and feet black from dirt, And he come to me, "Oh, brother, do you have some money for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, you need." And I take out coins, and I had like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something. Like I had like four coins of £1 to £2 each, And I give it to him. I said, "Oh no, notes only." Huh?
Bruh.
You have no shoes? You have no t-shirt on. What are you saying? No, only notes, bro. Only notes. I'm like, no, I have no notes for you. Okay. And he walked away. And I'm like, what the how? What is your life? What the
What's
fuck is
crazy
your...
too is like he could literally take those coins in his hand and leave them in his hand and walk into a thrift store
Yeah.
and buy a shirt.
Yeah.
And then not have the coins anymore.
Yeah.
Boom.
Or just buy the food or something. I don't know, man. Just fucking, put it. You have a jeans. Put it in your pocket. I don't know, bro. It's like, it's crazy. How are these people alive? I don't know. In Europe, back in my country, we have a very small issue of homeless because we have very rough winters. So
they just GG.
Yeah. Unfortunately, natural selection weeds them out. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, that's Darwinism.
And that's how it is. But in here, it's everything the same, and they just live good life. I've seen homeless people, look better than me. Okay. I had this guy. I saw him sitting on the floor, and he is like, new shoes, new sneakers, proper like I don't know, how do you call like military trousers, with a lot of like pouches on the sides. Yeah, camo, and like proper t-shirt, good looking sunglasses. Looks okay. Oh, my friend, do you have some spare change? I'm like, huh?
Bro, you got more money than me.
Yeah, you look better than I do. What the fuck are you? Oh, I'm homeless. What the fuck? How you look like? Oh, And I asked him like, how do you look like this? Oh, I get clothes from charity. I get 2 meals a day. I get a place to shower and do everything, and I just I get like, I think they get like 6 hours of sleep, so you can go like from 11 to like 6 or 7 in the morning. We got a place to sleep. if there's place to sleep, like because they have like this
Hmm.
like I don't know how it's called. It's like
Homeless shelter, like there's not enough
yeah,
beds.
yeah,
But
like a homeless shelter. And it's like, yeah, I don't pay taxes. I just get some food and that's all. I'm like, huh? So you just sit outside and then you go home. It's basically what you're saying. You don't pay taxes. Just collect your fucking money. You don't pay taxes. You don't do shit. You know, no rent, no fucking. So no paying for no water, electricity, and you're just having a good life. I'm like, this is what this country is missing. Tax the homeless, tax the rich, and tax the homeless. Very simple.
bro's
And we're gonna
fucking, he's a
collect,
nomad, bro. He's
and
just
we're
living
gonna
his life.
collect all this money that we need. Because don't tax me. I have no money. I'm broke as bitch. Okay, I'm living one room, one room bedroom, and I have enough for coffee and sandwiches, and that's it. And you still tax me, bitch, government.
Classic government.
Terrible. That's why I think there's like people that gets under like I don't know 50K, 100K a year, you shouldn't be taxed. Okay?
Agreed.
Because they already like tax the incoming shit, when they come in the tariffs, the bullshit, whatever. There's taxes on everything. I get money, I get taxed. I buy potato in the shop, that's taxed already. Coming into the country and then selling. So the same fucking potato taxed 3 times, and then I'm getting taxed from them. I like, what the fuck? When does it stop?
That's what's really bullshit. We fought a war, our peoples, over a 3% T tax, and then fast forward 200 years, America, you pay taxes when you die. You pay taxes when you receive money from somebody dying.
That's
you pay
insane.
taxes when you win the lottery. You pay taxes when you get paid. You pay taxes when you buy something. You pay taxes when you sell something. What the fuck?
Yeah.
We fought a war over this.
Disgusting. It's all homeless.
Just build my roads.
All homeless. I blame the homeless and the rich.
Yep. It's probably the homeless people's fault. Another good one from like the homeless tales. We have, I don't know about you guys, but we have like a huge problem with like homeless scammers who just, they make like more money than like me and you. You know what I mean?
Oh, people
like,
who pretend to be homeless.
Yeah, there's this one guy who got really famous in America who he would pretend to be a quadriplegic, and he would just sit there with like a sign, and he would just not, you can't use any of your limbs, so he would just sit in a wheelchair. Wow. And this guy was making $100K a year being homeless.
Wow.
And then he got caught, and then he just kept doing it anyway.
That's big. I mean, well, at this point, like it's a job. Like, Bowen says, "I know this guy."
I'll be went to school with him.
We have some people like there was I think like they had an interview like on a TV show, and they were talking with this lady who she says her job is being homeless, and she had a flat, so she was homeless enough to get a flat, and then she just puts on dirty clothes and go out and pretend to be homeless. But at that point, you're getting, I don't know, even if it's like donations. Like if I got donations on Twitch, I'm getting taxed, right?
Yeah.
That's income. Yeah, that's income. So if you're getting fucking donations from people multiple times, that's a job, you need to be taxed. Tax the homeless, tax the church. Churches, man, fuck. They get insane amount of money. Nobody watches, nobody.
Oh, yeah.
Like in my country, all the priests have best cars. How?
Oh yeah.
How? Fucking new BMW. Like what the fuck?
The mega churches over here, they have it's like it's a big thing in Texas. They have like these churches that like they do a lot of like live streaming, right? So they have like they'll have like 100,000 people watching one sermon, and this guy has like a private jet, and I'm like, why is this guy not paying taxes? I don't give a fuck if he's doing it for God. He has a private jet.
Yeah, he's not doing it for God. He's not going to the church. You don't need a jet. You don't need a fucking car. You live in the fucking church. You live in the church. Come on. Why do you need a car?
Well, that's what's crazy is over here they don't even live in the church. They get like a 3-story 5-bedroom house.
What?
And they're not even allowed to have kids. What do you need all that room for?
Yeah. We had this in the village where my grandparents lived. We had a problem with priests because they would like wait until the farmers go to the fields and then go have sex with their wives. So yeah, they would, like how they're going to people like telling their sins. Like you go to the church, you tell your sins, the priest tells you, okay, uh,
You're absolved or whatever.
say like the prayer, the Holy Mary prayer 10 times, and you're absolved.
Mhm.
Okay, so they would talk to the ladies. Oh, when's your husband away? When's low? They would, because it's just two of them, right? It's the only time that they can like, nobody should be listening because it's a sin if you're listening.
Right.
And yeah, they would get information, and then they would come at those times where the guys are not at home and just bang their wives. And how they find
Dude,
out,
that's
because
so crazy.
and because it's a
That's
priest,
kind of
nobody, he's not
comical.
gonna say it to nobody. He's not gonna brag. There's no pictures, there's no bragging, there's no bullshit. And yeah, nobody will believe, oh, the priest came in to have sex with me. Nah, nobody gonna believe that. And the guy just like came home early because he was like a truck driver, so he goes out for like a week, and he came home early and he sees his priest fucking his wife, and and that's how it's turned out that the priest was visiting every single house in the fucking village. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Bro.
And everybody in that village learned a lesson that day that
Yeah.
preachers and priests are also just people.
Yeah,
And they
exactly.
will do fucked up things.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the church that held people hostage until they paid enough? What the
No.
fuck?
No.
What the fuck? I've been looking it
That's
up.
insane. No, that's insane. To me, when they collect the money, it to me is just stupid. It just have like they make it like a shame you because oh, this is family thing. I come as a family and I see that John's family gave money, so I have to give money. Otherwise, I look bad in front of everybody because everybody's watching. Everybody can hear if you put money in there or not. If you scribble the fucking hat with the money. And then you're like, oh, the Ben's family did not give any money. Oh, in the whole village. That's how they used. Like, that's why they come. Like, in the church, for us, there would be a time of prayer where we're praying and we're sitting in our seats. And then the one guy from church, like, have, like, a basket. And he goes for everybody, through all the aisles. And, like, look you in the eyes and say, do you want to give money? Do you want to give money? Do you want to give money?
You don't want to give money?
Yeah, yeah. And to me, that's crazy. That's taking money out. Like forcing people to show off or like feeling the need to like give them money because you're asking me face to face. That's bullshit. Just have your fucking stupid box in the corner of the church. If people want to give you money, they will give you money. I don't understand.
I like to think of myself as like a godly man, right? Like I believe in God. I try to follow the Bible as best as I can, but church is literally designed to brainwash you. Like it's crazy. Like the sermons are boring on purpose. They make you sleepy, and then they pass around this fucking basket and they say, "Hey, you sure you don't want to go? You sure? Oh, you don't want to give money? Do you want to go to hell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. You can go to hell if you want. Basically, you know what I mean? Like that's the vibe you get, right? So
I don't like that. The worst thing that was when I kind of disattached myself from the church completely was when my granddad passed away, and we were having like a ceremony for him, just our family, and it was just our family in the church. So we booked the whole church. We paid for the church. We paid for the priest. Everything paid. We have the coffin, everything else, and just for us, just for our family to commemorate the grandpa, and that's it, to pray. And then in the middle, the priest comes, oh, by the way, guys, the Pope or whatever, the bishop told me we also have to collect the sacrifices. We paid you for your fucking time. And he took a fucking basket and he was going around the aisles and, we're fucking grieving and we want to be left alone and we paid for the services. We paid for you and we paid for the church. And then you're still asking for fucking collection. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I wanted to kill this guy. I swear to God. I mean, he has the audacity to like, oh, it's the Pope, it's the bishops. I don't want to collect your money. Oh, I'm so sorry to disturb your peace, dude. What the
I need to
fuck are
buy
you
my new
doing?
BMW. Can you guys donate?
Yeah,
Or?
and after that I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm not going to any churches. I'm not doing any of this bullshit. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You're supposed to be like, you know, a symbol, a thing. And now, when you think about the church, what's the church? Molesters, problems, money washing, you know.
It's just too many problems. That's why the church
What the
died
fuck?
off. It's too corrupt. Nobody wants to go there. Yep.
So stupid. I don't know.
And don't get me wrong, they do a lot of good things, right? Like I think giving away food to the homeless people is good inherently, right? Yeah. But like it's also like how much bad can you? It's like Mr. Beast, right? Like how much bad can this guy do before like what he does that's good is outweighed, right? And the answer is he can do whatever the hell he wants, right? Exactly. But luckily he hasn't done anything like too fucked up personally. But like what line? How far can he push it before people are like, all right, Mr. Beast, like, what the fuck?
But even like they complain about bullshit things about him. Like he made like wells in Africa for like clean water, or like he like laser fixes people's eyes, you know. And they're like, oh, he used them for fucking fame. He just showed it on a video. He fucking fixed like 1,000 people who are like almost blind or whatever. They need like laser surgery. He fixed their eyes for free, and then he give them money. And they're like, oh, you know, oh, he's using them. What the fuck are you saying? He fixed their eyes. They can see again. What the fuck is like? I don't care. Ask the person who got eyes fixed and got 10 grand in you know in cash. Are they complaining? No, they fucking. Oh, thank you, Mr. Beast. I don't give a shit. Yeah. It's only people like from outside who just like wants to find a problem. People just have too much time.
A special kind of brain dead to find an issue with him like filming people for that, because like he takes the money that he gets from that and puts it towards helping somebody else. So it's not even like okay, he's getting famous, but like he's also like that's not even the point of the video. The point is to make more money to help more people. Like that's another thing I wanted to talk about is people will complain about fucking anything, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
People have too much time, man. Fuck up. Too much time on their hands.
Like, you can name literally anything on Earth, and somebody will find a way to complain about it. It's crazy. Like, you could say, like, I think that all dogs are inherently good, and sometimes they might turn bad. And somebody will be like, actually, pit bulls are mean. And it's like, bro, shut up.
Yeah. If you put 10 people on an island, there will be like 5 people dead in the second day because it's just not gonna get along. Of course, like it's the same. It's the same. It's an animal. It's a fucking animal. It's used to fucking kill things for meat. It's carnivorous thing. Of course, if you don't train it, or if you train it badly, or if you don't socialize it, bad shit will happen. The same with people. People who live in the fucking forest, away from other people, and they're not socialized. Look at the tribes, You go, oh, hello, good evening, and they will shoot you with arrows. Fuck off, know. That's it.
Deservedly so. Leave them alone.
That's how it is. Fuck cats. Yep. Bowen hates cats. I don't know why. I think
we got beef with cats, man.
Wow. Okay, that we came too much. I think too much away from the homelessness. Are we done with the homelessness?
Sure.
I think so. I've seen like the problem you have is insane, because homeless in like USA is like you have homeless villages in there, which is insane to me. Like
it's really bad in Philadelphia. I grew up in a town like not far from Philadelphia, and I remember when I was a kid, it wasn't like this. But it actually makes it really sad to see. We'll get really somber for a second to clip farm and get sad. Like Kensington, which is a neighborhood in Philadelphia, was it wasn't never nice, right? It was always the ghetto, but like then like heroin started becoming a really big problem, and like it was really sad to see the fall off of like these people. They used to be people and it's really hard to even call them people anymore. They stand there like zombies all day,
Yeah.
and they just get high all day. And then like underneath the city, there's 100,000 estimated homeless people living
Oh my
underneath the
God.
city in like the sewers and shit, just getting high
No
all day.
way. How
Like
did they get
they're like,
money?
I don't know. I don't even know. That's what's crazy. Well, that's what's crazy is now. That was the main thing, right? Is you used to need money to do drugs,
Right.
like heroin and fucking cocaine. But now there's fentanyl, and fentanyl is like it's like a very small pill that costs like $1, $1 for one pill, and that shit will fuck you up. Like I'm talking like zombified. Like you
Yeah,
will stand there, you will lean over, like look like you're tying your shoelaces, type of thing for
Jesus.
$1. So it's a really big problem now. You just need to ask one person for $1 and suddenly you can get high for the day, you know?
Wow. So you don't eat, you just turn off and that's it. You are in your mind. So why would
Yeah, I
them
mean,
why does people what's the point of having these people around? I'm afraid, I'm sorry to say that, but like what's the point of having these people around, you know? If you're just a zombie there to like do drugs,
that's the
unless
thing, right? Is it's a moral question, I guess, of like what do you do with them? Especially when there's so many, right?
that's fucked up.
Like do you bust them out to other cities, but then they just do the same thing there, or do you try to send 1 million people to get education on how they shouldn't do drugs, and then half of them do them anyway? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bowen says lock him up. Where
Sure.
100,000 people, 100,000 homeless drug addicts. Where do you lock them up? Oh, I know where. I know where we lock them up.
Where?
What are we doing with Elon Musk right now? What is Elon Musk doing?
The Tesla factories? I don't know. Send them to the moon. What are we doing out here?
Yeah,
Send them to the
yeah.
moon.
Send them to Mars, man. We need people in Mars, right? We need
Sure.
somebody. So they will just, oh my God, look. So we gather all of them up, right? And we send them to the,
Oh, because there's no drugs on Mars.
yeah. And they would be there like trees. If they're like zombies, they would just be there and they would make the, what's it called? The ozone layer, the ecosystem, you know? Because of their breathing, they would be like trees in there. And I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
what I'm
genius.
saying. So we just send them. Yeah, terraform Mars. Yeah. We send the drug addicts in there. We let them loose, and we'll come back after a year and see what happens, man. I'm sure something will happen.
Well, I don't know, man. You gotta remember too. Humans are weird creatures. Like, yeah, this guy does drugs on Earth. Let's send him to Mars. How long is it gonna be before he tries to like puff Mars rock dust, and then he figures
5
out he can get
seconds.
high from like random rocks? You
Yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
then it's test subjects, right? They still need people to send to Mars, right? I don't want to go to Mars. But if you say, hey, we're gonna give you a bag of fentanyl, it's gonna be enough for 10 years if you dose yourself, and you go to Mars. Hell yeah, you know.
And then when they get there, it's just stuff that looks like fentanyl.
Smart.
And it's not even drugs, and then they're just stuck there.
Cotton candy. Yeah, and they sober up. They're fucked because they need to do something. And I'm sure, you know, if we send 100,000 people in there, I'm sure they will weed out, you know, and some people gonna, you know, natural selection. But some people want to survive, and there's no drugs, so they have to make drugs. How do they make drugs? You make an ecosystem, you know. You need to grow something.
We check back in with them in 10 years, dude. They're either going to be like communist Russia or Germany.
I mean,
like...
we're going to keep sending shit to them. Like, we're going to keep connection, right? To them. Because how often, I think Musk said we can do quick travel to Mars. We can do every 6 months or something like that.
It's not bad.
It's the shortest amount of travel. So every 6 months we can check up on them. Send them more cotton candy, you know, or tools and whatever they need to build like a system, and you know, and that's it. And we'll see what happens. Crack a cockroach. So yeah,
You could probably just send a bunch of cockroaches to Mars and they'd figure it out for us.
I don't believe it. They figure
They'd
out
start
for
walking around on two
themselves.
legs.
That'd be crazy. The moment we have bugs bigger than us, I'm done. I'm good, bro. I'm.
Dude, that shit.
I
That's
don't
like
want
fucking
any of that.
Helldivers and this shit.
I don't want any of that, bro.
It's all fun and games until a charger from Helldivers comes around the corner and
Yeah,
fucking knocks your house
yeah.
over.
Imagine a rhino-sized fucking bug. Nah, I'm good, bro. Okay, that was mine. That was it. The homeless, the
Well, another
beautiful,
one,
magnificent homeless.
the audacity, one could say,
That's
of the
still
homelessness.
homeless. Okay,
So
hit
another
us with
one.
your.
This one's more of an open discussion, right? We can talk about my time in the United States Army. Now,
Ooh, okay. Let me write it down.
let's get a little graphic going. Mamba in the Army.
Mamba
Oh my god.
in U.S. Army. I assume.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. Correct.
I don't know.
I
USA.
I end up talking about it a lot, but there's some things that
How long you been there?
I was in for 3.5 years.
Oh shit.
And then just wasn't one of those guys who just joined and then left. I was there for a while.
Okay.
I was so I had two jobs while I was in. My MOS was the infantry, right? So I was a fucking grunt.
Mm-hmm. Like a foot soldier or what?
Right. So that's kind of like encompassing, right? There's multiple jobs within the infantry. Like you get paid to be an infantryman, but you can do multiple different jobs like within
Right.
that, right? So the one that I went to school for was air assault, which is you ride in like the sides of helicopters, and then like the helicopter lands, and then you fucking go bang bang, you know what I mean, like
Okay.
that kind of thing. And then I worked in a Humvee. That was like when I wasn't in a helicopter, I was doing Humvee stuff. So like I was a Humvee driver or a 50 cal gunner.
Oh shit.
Um,
Okay.
And we also had like missile systems on the top of the Humvees, which was pretty cool. It's called the ITAS system, which is if anybody's played Squad, you would know, but it's like a wire guided rocket essentially. So like you sit inside the Humvee and you have like you're like an iPad kid, like you have like a little fucking iPad in front of you with a flight stick, and then it shoots a rocket that has a wire attached to it, and then you like fucking use like the flight stick to guide the rocket essentially.
Wow.
And it was pretty cool. It was a pretty fun time. So yeah, this is more like I don't really know what the fuck I've talked about in terms of the army, and obviously you don't know anything about my time in the army, so it's kind of just whatever you want to. If you're curious about learning about it.
Have you actually like had any like violent contacts with people?
No, not well. It depends on what you like. I've never been in war, let's say that, but there's been a lot of I've seen my share of bodies, right? Because that's the
Right.
thing about the U.S. Army that's kind of terrifying is that even in like the height of the war in Afghanistan, right? We lose more people to like training accidents
Oh
and
shit.
and toaster bath, for
What
lack
is
of a better
toaster
word. You plug in a toaster and then you throw it into the bathtub with you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So we lose more people to those two things than we do to like actually
holy
fighting, right?
shit.
So you see your fair share of shit when you're in, but right, like
Okay. So it's just because
I
like
won't go
people
too
mental
graphic with
or
it. Yeah. So one of the big problems with the U.S. Army is a lot of people view it as their last option
right,
because they don't want to go to college. They don't want to get like a real job. They don't really have a sense of order, right?
right.
So they join the army as their last choice.
Lord have
And
mercy,
then
I'm about
fucking
to
suddenly
bust.
they're fucking they don't know what to do anymore because they don't like the army, but they've signed a contract to stay in the army for 4 years, and it takes like half a year to get out of the army. Period.
Wait, how long?
It takes like half a year to get out. Like even
Okay.
if you want to quit, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty brutal process for if you have mental issues before you go in, they will be like exacerbated by your time in. Um,
Okay.
but I mean, other
So
than that, a lot of it is fun stuff too. Like I talk
you,
a lot about the sad stuff and why people
yeah.
shouldn't join.
Well, that's the
Um,
point, man. It's reality. It's not just, oh, we're going,
yeah.
oh, I'm patriot, I'm protecting the country. There's a lot of shit going. It's just the same people. As imagine you have. I always keep this example. Imagine you have your work, right, and you have some people at your work who are very nice, and they're collected,
Mhm.
and they're smart people. And when you look them in their eyes, they have a soul. And there's people who have nothing when you look in the eyes, and some most fucked up, derailed, and some of them are even your boss, your manager. It will be like fucked up dead people, and that's the same people that you can put anywhere, because that group of people are anywhere, in politicians, in army, movie makers. So when you think about, okay, I have this deranged, fucked up people in the army where there's guns and danger, and
Mhm.
a lot of talking, like listening to orders, which is like very strict, as I
Yeah.
understand it. So bad shit bound to happen, man.
Yeah,
Just
I think
carry
the
on.
issue is too is especially in the infantry because a lot of the jobs in the army are like very like normal, right? Like there's like HR. They have like HR in the army. Like you just sit there and answer phones all day. Like it's not that bad.
Okay.
But then you also have like the infantry, which is like in order to be in the infantry, one, you have to be kind of stupid.
Oh
And then
shit.
two, you have to be like willing to end somebody else's time on earth. You know what I mean? So it draws a certain kind of person to it for the most part.
Right.
Um, and I definitely met my fair share of like psychopaths when I was in, right?
I believe you, because
Um,
like you just I see people who want to hurt somebody, all the time, and they're like, oh,
yeah,
you see them on fucking edge, and they want to hurt, they want to, like, you can see that they need to release the steam, and like, I would say in the army, like, what's stopping you? Oh, it's an accident. Papa, shoot somebody or do some bullshit.
yeah. I just got an ad. I don't know if you want to wait before we
Oh, we can have a short break. Let's have a break and have some toilet. Go to the toilet, grab a tea, and we'll be right back in a few minutes. Okay? Sounds
yes,
good.
sir.
Be right back, guys. Stay here. We'll be right back.
Don't tell him, guys, but I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere. I don't know if he has wireless headphones. I just didn't want to go continue yapping if people are gonna miss it from ads. Also, hi chat. I hope you guys are having fun. I really like this idea that Holland came up with. Hi. Oh, do you guys not even get ads? I just assumed because I got an ad that everybody got ads. I mean, naturally, you got that sub shit. Friendly reminder, guys, if you don't have enough money for subscribing, I highly recommend Twitch Turbo. Twitch Turbo gets rid of all ads on every channel. Like, you don't even have to sub to anybody. Of course, we don't get any money for it, but I don't know how Holic feels about it, but I don't give a fuck about your guys' money. I don't need it. I didn't even know about Twitch having ads. That's pretty big. Oh, damn, LB, you don't even get ads through your location? What the fuck? You guys are cheat codes. It's actually pretty cool. I didn't know that. Wait, what if I VPN to where you are and then I don't get ads? True dog ping, dog water ping for sure. True LB. That's fair. Can't sell shit over there, huh? Antarctica has that's probably. I mean, you got money. You gotta have money to go to the Antarctic, right? Also, again, this segment is kind of going to be more of an open discussion. So if you guys have any questions about
Okay.
my time in the
Back.
army, it's a good time. What's up? I didn't leave, so I was yapping to chat a little bit, just entertaining. But
Good.
where do we leave off? Psychopaths. So I remember this one time.
Sorry. Great.
We in the army you have this. It's a 24-hour shift sometimes where essentially you just sit at a desk for 24 hours straight.
Holy shit.
Um, and you just sit there and like if a fire starts, you call the fire department, or if somebody goes to jail
Right.
for like a speeding ticket or whatever the fuck, or they went home and bing bagged their family, you know what I mean? That happens sometimes. Then you would call their fucking leadership and just let them know.
Holy shit.
It was terrible. Sitting at the desk was terrible. But I remember one time I had this job at at this desk, and it was even worse somehow because one of my leaders, who he had been in the army for like 20 years, and he had been to Iraq and Afghanistan.
Okay.
So you already know this guy's got this guy's got PTSD. He's a wackadoodle. All right,
Jesus.
I'm allowed. Was he an MP? No, this is just like like every desk has this, or every company has this job. So like no matter what job you're in, um everybody has like a turn at this desk. Essentially everybody in the army does this. But I remember he brings in his laptop and he brings in a flash drive, and he's like, you want to see some crazy shit? And I'm like, do I want to see some crazy shit? I'll look at it.
Bro.
And I'm like, so clearly you didn't feel safe enough to keep this on your normal computer. So I'm already sketched out because he brings it on a flash drive. So that I'm already weirded out with this. This guy brings out this flash drive and plugs it in, and it's just him committing war crimes.
Oh,
like,
God.
It was his homework. Pretty much. I remember like there was this one picture, dude, that like fucked me up. Like it was this guy like in half. And he was like burned and shit. And I was like, holy fuck, dude. Like, why did you think that I wanted to see this?
Yeah.
And then two, why did you take a picture of it? And then
I feel
three,
like
why did you do it?
I feel like it was showing you to put it out of, like drop from his shoulders, because that's what happens a lot with like people who commit crime or like commit the murders.
True.
They need to tell somebody, because if you're the only one who knows about this thing, it's gonna weigh you down. So you need somebody to, even like if it's just like random, I killed somebody or I did somebody, because I met some fucked up bad people too, and the moment they let you know on their secret, they immediately go, oh, like they get
as soon as you're not like, what the fuck, they feel like they can dump everything, probably.
Yeah. So and it just feels better for them to, So I feel like it was the same for this guy. He just dumped his trauma on you and be like, oh yeah, now I feel better because I'm not the only one who knows. Because I'm sure he's not gonna show to everybody this fucked up, Hey, guys, want to have a see the slideshows on my USB? What the fuck?
That's so fucked up.
Anybody have a movie? No, yeah, have an USB. We can look through it. Like, bro.
It's just crazy. Like he must have trusted me a lot, dude. Which fair enough. Like we work together like every day.
Right.
And that army bond is a lot closer than like any other like coworkers you're ever gonna have, right? Because you just go through the same shit, right?
Right.
Like I had to wake up I wake up at 3 a.m. in a fucking trench while it's snowing. And I'm like, hey man, it's your turn to go to sleep for an hour. You know what I mean? Like you can't really replace that bond ever.
Yeah, like, the trust.
Yeah, but so like I get it, but on the other hand, I could have just been like, military police? This guy just showed me him committing war crimes, and then he goes to jail for the rest of his life. Like that's a crazy level of trust.
Fuck.
No bond. Don't worry, LB. I saw plenty of dudes naked too in my time. I remember one time my first sergeant was who's like he's in charge of like 200 people, right? So like he's like the top dog that I work with like every day, kind of. We were in Louisiana in a training exercise, And we stayed there for like 2 months. It was like 100 degrees every fucking day. It was horrible. That was the worst time of my life, easily. That shit sucked. Mosquitoes everywhere, hot as hell, hurricanes.
I hate that.
Um, but we finally got to like go take a shower, and we had like all day for everybody to shower and chill out. And I waited until like midnight because I was trying to shower by myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in there showering, and my first sergeant walks in. He's like this fucking 50-year-old dude who his retirement got declined, so he's just stuck in the fucking army.
Wow.
And he walks in, takes his clothes off. Yeah, you can get your retirement declined. Like if the army really needs you, they can be like, "Fuck you, you're staying in," basically.
No, no.
So you already know this guy hates his life.
Oh shit.
Now there's 6 showers in this little fucking open shower area, right? It's 3 on each side. This guy walks into the shower right next to mine.
Okay.
Now that violates every rule of being a man. You know, like, when you go to a urinal, do you take the one right next to somebody, or do you go to the complete opposite side?
I always take the middle. To be brutal, I have a rule. No matter what happens, I always go into the middle one, just to show my dominance.
That's fair. That's alpha for sure. But no, this guy walks right up next to me, and then he's literally—I'm not even kidding—he's rubbing soap on his fucking meat. And he's talking to me. He's like, "So how you been?" And he's like stroking it, essentially. Like he's not hard, but he's just like washing his dick. And I'm like trying not to look at him, but I'm like, I don't want to talk to you right now,
bro.
Like what?
Maybe he was maybe he was trying to get fired. You know?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It takes a lot for people to get fired, though. I mean,
well, that's the thing. Like if they don't allow him to leave, they don't give him, you know, the pension, whatever, you know, and they say, no, we need you, then you might try to get kicked, you know, abuse people, talk shit, rub one out in front of the others. So I would do the same. If you don't let me leave, I will make you kick me, you know.
Well, that's what's fucked up about the army too, is if you get like kicked out, you get like a dishonorable discharge, which is like the equivalent of like a felony in the United States.
Oh
like,
shit!
Like a big time crime, right? So like when you go to apply for a job and you say like I was in the army, they'll look and be like, okay, this guy got a dishonorable, I'm not hiring him. So like even if you want to get kicked out, you can't even get kicked out. You just have to fucking deal with it.
I did not know that. Okay.
Dude, if I had dropped the soap in there, I would have been scared. I'm not gonna lie. Like, well, I just don't even know what kind of fucking big dog energy that is to like. Me and you are the only people in the shower. You stake the one right next to me and are stroking it, and you're just asking me like how I'm doing, dude. Like, what kind of energy is that?
You should have shoulder superiority and just say you're small.
Just stared right at it.
Yeah. I actually had some people watch me peeing. Like I was in the urinals and there's this Asian guy, and he's, of course, there's like when all of the urinals are taken, of course you're gonna take one near me, you know. But he was like not only like peeking, he was hovering his head above the urinal walls to have a look. And I was like, "Are you enjoying the view?" And he's like, "Oh shit! Oh my bad, bro." You were using any, you know, tools available to you to fucking have a look at my meat. Like, what is this?
Standing on his tippy toes and shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck? This is not even like, oh, I'm peeking, I'm checking. Like, bro, you were like full on invested in the show. and I called him out, like I joined the view, and I was like, oh shit, oh my bad. He forgot himself. He was so focused into it that he's like, dude. So I feel like, I don't know. To me, that's why I hate like the idea. I never went to army. We had conscript, like a forced conscription if you are the one that needs to go, like, because you could go, I think, from 18 to like 25 5 or something, was for the young guys. And
Right.
if you get called, you go. If you don't get called, you don't go. Basically, they have it's like a lottery, right? And
Right.
I went to uni, so I think that's why they did not call me. But I thought
Yeah,
my
that
dad
makes sense.
wanted to. My dad said to me, "Oh, just go by yourself." I'm like, "What?" Because my dad was in military. He was a big military guy, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, my hope is that we go to the war, so that people attack us, and I can grab a knife and go jump at." What? I'm like, Dad, I don't need to know this. I know you were like, because like out of military like stories, he just keeps to himself. So I don't know. Like, I'm sure because he was dispatched to other, because we were like a part of the Russian Soviet Union, right?
Mhm.
So of course he was dispatched to like uh, Bulgaria and other like corners of the map, to like find rivals and fucking people protesting and shit. And he was like. I don't think he was like at war, but he definitely went to the spots where he needed to like hold his position and shit. Because that's at least from
Oh
his
yeah,
stories, I understand that. So
that makes sense.
like, I told him I don't want to know because I'm not the military. I don't like people telling me what to do. I don't want to know to be this precise, pristine, and like wake up 6 in the morning, fucking. I don't
Yeah,
like
if
this
you're
shit. And
lucky.
my dad was like, "No, you have to do it. You have to go. Like, it will make you a man." Like, I'm as good as a person as I'll ever be. Okay, I might get worse, but I'm already like I'm already there. And I never went, and I don't want to. I don't know. I understand we need army, of course, because you
Right,
need
right, right.
is necessary to protect. But same as every job, there are specific type of people that fits the criteria, and that should go to the
Yeah,
army.
absolutely. There's like your standard stereotype of like who should join. It should be like if you have no mental issues and you're a little bit disorganized in your life and you don't mind people yelling in your face nonstop,
Yeah.
then yeah, you should probably join because there are benefits to it, right? Like I didn't really care too much about the yelling and getting in my face. You just kind of learn to tune that out, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you just kind of sit there and you're like, okay, drill sergeant Means is on the fucking loose again. Literally his name, by the way.
Wait, which way? What was the name?
Mean,
Mean, bro.
yeah, drill sergeant Mean, and he was this short little dude, and he would drive a Humvee, and I have PTSD every time I see like a gray, not a Humvee, what the fuck, a gray Jeep. Every time I see one that looks like it, I get like flashbacks to this dude hopping out of his fucking Jeep in the morning and just fucking, oh my god, dude. Like, I
That's
remember one
crazy.
time, you know, one of the worst experiences of basic training was actually the civilians who worked for the army,
Okay.
ironically. They
Okay.
would, I remember this one incident in particular that really made me mad when I was in basic was we were on a bus and this was at like the height of COVID, right? Like, well, not even the height. This was like the start of COVID. So obviously we don't have our phones and we don't really have outside contact like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when COVID was starting, our drill sergeants told us that it was fake. they,
Huh?
they were like, yeah, they were like, the government's fucking saying we need to stay 6 feet apart from each other and wear masks, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. Essentially, is what they told us.
Okay.
And we didn't get our phones for like a month after that, so like we didn't even know that like COVID was actually a real problem. Um,
Wow.
so we were riding a bus. We were coming back from the range. We had been out for like 3 days, just marching with 50 pounds on our back, just
Oh
walking.
fuck.
And then we get to the range, we shoot, and they're like, "Hey guys, guess what? You get to ride the bus home." And we're like, "Thank fucking god!" But we're also tired of shit. So I remember we get in the bus, and this one kid, all the way in the back of the bus, is not wearing his mask, and he just keeps putting his mask down like below his fucking nose. And the bus driver says, like, "Hey, put your mask on. I don't want COVID." And we're like, first of all, lady, we haven't met anybody who has COVID,
Right.
right? We're isolated. We haven't talked to anybody outside of this base in 6 months.
Right.
Um, So there's really no threat for her to even get it, but it's like whatever, because I kind of get it now, because it's like, okay, COVID is actually a problem. Um, but then we get back, and she pulls the drill sergeant aside, and she's like, "Hey, these kids, these guys were not fucking listening to me. They wouldn't put their masks on." And she says it like we all did that, but it was just one guy.
Right.
And then 3 a.m., after 3 days of being out walking all fucking day, we get pulled off this bus, and we're running up and down a hill for like an hour. We're doing fucking sit-ups and push-ups for like an hour. It's hell. That was the only time when I was in basic that I actually like broke down and like I cried, because I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I was pissed. But yeah, no, the civilians are pieces of shit. They're just fucking annoying.
Well, that's the thing. Like they're not there forever. They're just there for some time, and they don't give a fuck. That's the difference too. Like you have to understand that they're they're just doing their quota and they want to get the fuck away. And that's it.
Yeah.
So you kind
Well, I think they also let the power of not being in the military, but just like being there and knowing that what they can do to you. I think they let that go to their heads a lot, because at the end of the day, they can just tell any drill sergeant like this guy was being disrespectful, and that guy has to go get smoked for like 3 hours. You know what I mean?
Fuck.
Yeah, like just because like it's her word. You know what I mean? So it's just like I think it goes to their head a lot. And that was a repetitive problem throughout my whole time when I was in, was civilians being fucking douchebags. That shit was annoying.
So how, like, you were sent to the same bases as the civilians, or like how would you?
Well, there's like civilian workers, right? So like the bus drivers
Oh,
are
right.
and
I
then,
get
like,
you now.
the people who like give you your uniforms and stuff. It's all like civilian workers. Yeah.
Okay, so there were like people who are working with the military, but they're not military people themselves.
So you gotta remember, and on the U.S. mainland, a lot of our bases are like small towns, essentially, right? Like,
right.
The base that I was on for the majority of my time, Fort Campbell, was it had a population of like I think like 300,000 people. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So like they have jobs, like they all live like their lives there and shit. You know what I mean? Like the families of other people who are in. You know?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, the dynamics. Another thing, there's a lot of problems too, but
I don't think I could do it. Like, I don't know. I don't see myself. I feel like they would either beat me, or they would punish my team and my team would beat me, or something. Because I just, like, if I don't like something, and that's it. Like, I'm fucking just let the whole world burn down. Like, I don't care. It is what it is. So I feel like that was the good choice by me not to go, because I'm not the person who would be good in the military.
We definitely had our fair share of shit like that. Like everybody gets punished as a unit, right? And it's supposed to teach you like cohesion, right, and responsibility for each other. So like I remember one time this kid he was just a piece of shit, but I won't go too deep. I have a whole notebook filled with shit that this person did. Like I was so bored, because on Sundays you have the day off, but you don't have anything to do on Sunday. So I would literally sit there and I would write down every story that I had from this guy for like the week, every week.
No way.
And this kid he's just dumb. He's just dumb as bricks. I don't know how else to describe him. Like,
simple man.
To give you an idea, one time this is just like a prelude to the main story, but one time we were practicing clearing rooms like urban combat, right? So we were going up a staircase, and you have to practice like, okay, the front man puts his gun here, the man in the back puts his gun up here, the guy in the middle watches here, and I'm like, I'll just call him M because I don't want him to get any hate or dox me, but
of course.
M, we were going up this fucking staircase, and I know that this kid he's fucking brain dead. So I'm like, M, your gun goes there. Where does your gun go? He goes, up there. I say, okay, your gun goes up there. Right. Do that. This is with live rounds, by the way.
Yeah.
We're going up the staircase, and I'm the front man, and I look behind me as I get to the top, and M's gun is pointed directly at my head.
Oh, fuck.
So what else do I do? But I grab the barrel of the rifle and point it up, and then I kick him in the chest down the stairs.
Bro.
Because like you just pointed a live weapon directly at my fucking skull. Like,
Fuck.
and I will admit, like, okay, sure, I shouldn't have kicked him because he's just an idiot. But
Maybe.
also,
Yeah.
this kid has accidentally pulled the trigger on his gun twice already
Okay.
because he just walks around with his finger on the trigger.
So
like,
does
I
not
don't-
get
like,
punished? Sorry to interrupt. Doesn't get like
Well-
if you report this, don't you get punished?
Well, that was the issue. This is another big problem with the Army is they really only care about meeting their recruiting standards, right? So when a recruiter gets somebody to join the Army successfully, they get a day off, right? So this kid had the TISM, right? He was diagnosed with the TISM,
Yeah.
but it was like functional enough that the recruiter wrote it off
Oh,
and said, yeah, he's functional enough to
no.
join still. So when you get something written off, you can't be kicked out or punished because of that.
No way.
So you know what I mean? So it's meant to be like a physical thing, right? Like this guy's leg doesn't really work as functionally as like a normal person's. So you can't punish him if he can't run as fast. But because of that, what was wrong with his brain, he couldn't be punished because of what was wrong with his brain. You know.
So
what I mean?
why, like, you would not put this person in like important situations? Because if he is prone to this bullshit or like like split decision making or something, he should not be on the spot that requires to be able to do these things in the first place. That's
You would think
like
so.
my basic logic tells me that. So it's always like the choices from the management for me. It's just stupid decisions.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sacrificing
remember-
the greater good of all for like one person just because
Yeah.
we need to be nice to them or this and that. It's, to me, I don't know.
It's
I
a little dumb.
Especially in
very
the
dumb.
army,
He should just
especially in
be
the
kicked
army,
out.
man. When that's like so important and so dangerous, like, fuck.
I mean, I was in for 3.5 years, and I've been in a lot of situations that made me feel like I was in a very dangerous place,
Right.
and like I had a chance of dying. I've never been closer to dying than that guy pointing a gun directly at my skull,
Fuck.
and I'm like, he's on my team.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be on my side, motherfucker.
Yeah. Nah, man.
But yeah, like beating the ass in the shower. That brings me to the original point of this story, which was I remember one night, I was not a part of this. I'm not going around beating up autistic people, chat, all right? But I remember one time he went into the shower and they just beat the shit out of him for like 10 minutes because there's no cameras in the shower. There's no cameras anywhere.
Right.
And they beat his ass pretty bad. Somehow he still stayed in. I don't know why he stayed after that.
Well, because he has the tism, so.
Yeah, true. I have so many stories about this fucking idiot. Oh my god. I remember
Pixel says, turn off friendly fire and you're good. Oh man.
oh my god.
Nah,
Like, I remember one time we were on a patrol and we were doing like a pretend patrol like when we were training, right? So
yeah.
we were just like walking around in the fucking woods, and then you make like a fucking triangle formation and you dig trenches and shit, and then you sleep and you have to pull guard. So 1/3 of the people in this event have to be awake watching,
Okay.
because the drill sergeants will try to like sneak into your base that you've created, and they try to draw a line on somebody's Sharpie neck with Sharpie,
Right,
like a
right.
permanent
Yeah,
marker, to be
immediate
like, okay,
attacking.
you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
And they put M in charge of this.
No.
Naturally, they just wanted to fuck with them. I just know that they were. Like, there's no way that you put this guy in charge of this and you're not like, he's gonna fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember this one kid, the same kid who got yelled at for the mask thing. He was mad that he had to be awake in the middle of the night. Which, okay, bro, like, you're in the army. I don't know why you got mad about that.
Yeah.
And he was mad that nobody else was awake, so he just starts shooting into the woods with blank rounds. And he just started shooting. Like, he didn't even see anything because he knew he could just be like, oh, I thought I saw something. and he was just shooting blanks into the fucking woods.
Bro.
So the whole base wakes up, and we're all blasting. We're all just shooting into the woods. It's like, like 60 people just letting loose into every corner of the woods. Turns out, we find out the next day there was never anybody there. We were just shooting at nothing.
Amazing.
But I remember I woke up and I was like, "Where's M? Where's M? He needs to take charge." I run into the middle because that's where the leader's sleeping, and M is under his sleeping bag crying.
Wow, bro.
Oh man.
Like,
Oh,
why
man,
would you
I
have?
felt
I'm so
that
sorry,
bad.
but why would you have these people in the first place? Like,
And
don't you
it's
want
just-
your guys safe?
Some recruiter wanted to get his day off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he recruited him. And that's another thing. That's another really fucked up part about the army. To jump to a random other thing is when you join the army, in your first like day, you sign a paper that says my recruiter did not lie to me, so that you can't
Oh
like sue the
shit.
recruiter. But you
Okay.
don't know. You don't know if your recruiter lied to you or not,
Yeah.
because you don't know anything. So even if he does lie to you, you already signed a paper that says I'm not going to hold my recruiter responsible for lying to me because he didn't lie to me.
Fuck.
So yeah, that's another
Sketchy.
fucked up part.
Have you met somebody who was like super awesome and like somebody that like gives you fond memories?
Yeah, there's plenty of people. There's my when I got out of basic, you have like your platoon, right? When you get to your real unit, which is like for us it was a group of like 20 guys, and
Mhm.
he would have fit in well with the crayon eater. Yeah, he should have gone to the Marine for sure. But yeah, those guys that I worked with every day for the most part, that it's funny how like once you get out, you don't really talk anymore because you just can't relate anymore to them.
Yeah.
But like when you're there, you get so many fond memories, like of just funny shit that happens. Like what the main memory, it's funny. I remember we were sitting there and it's like 4 in the fucking morning and we're about to go on a 12-mile hike with 40 pounds on our back.
Oh wow.
And we have to do that in under 3 hours. And this guy walks up to me. I've known this guy for like 2 years at this point. He walks up to me, he says, yo D, you want to see the funny video? And I say, yeah, let me see it. Because I'm like, okay, it's fucking 4 in the morning, just show me. He puts his phone in front of my face, and it's literally him spinning, like helicoptering the biggest penis I've ever seen. I'm not like this guy's dick touches the water when he shits.
Bro.
Like that thing was fucking massive. And like I love this guy, but I was like, brother, like how do you shit? And he's like, he's like, I have to take it out of the toilet bowl when I shit. I'm like, oh God, dude. I was like, God damn.
Oh man. Well.
Whatever.
Was there anybody like from a leadership position that like actually like did proper job and like guide you and like were like a role model?
I would say
or was all the like management positions kind of assholes and useless?
It's hard because I have one in my head that I'm like, this was, to me, he was a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he also did like really fucked up shit too to other people. Like he was really good to me, but a big problem in the army is the justice system, right? Because the army doesn't follow the same judicial system that normal people do in the U.S. They have like their own laws and shit.
Okay.
So there's a big corruption problem within the military where,
of course,
basically, like, let's say I was to write a report on my direct superior, like my sergeant, who's in charge of like 5 people. I would take that report that I wrote to the guy above him, who's my platoon sergeant, who's in charge of like 20 to 60 people.
Yeah.
Now, he can decide whether or not he even sends that anywhere or even does anything about it. And if he does send it up, he sends it up to the next guy, who's I see also every day, right? The guy who was rubbing his dick in the shower.
Yeah.
The guy in charge of
Yeah.
200 people.
Yeah.
And then that guy looks at it and he says, well, do I believe this story? Is this worth me sending up to a higher level?
Yeah.
So then he might just shove it in a drawer and it never sees the light of day, right? So
Okay.
it's a lot of people took advantage of that system in really bad ways, and I don't even know. I like this guy, but there was certain things that he did, like he didn't R-word anybody or sexually harass or bully anybody, but I heard allegedly that he made a lot of the female soldiers very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't know if that's true because he didn't get in trouble for it. He didn't go to trial for it or anything. But other than that, he was a great role model for me, and he would always push me to be better.
Hmm.
And I remember I was a fucking fatso before I joined the army, and then ironically after I joined the army, I got fat again. But I remember this whole 12-mile thing, you have to get a time of under 3 hours, right? So a lot of the times you have to run with this fucking 40-pound bag on your back.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember I had never had a time under 3 hours. And then this guy, he finished the course and then he turned around and he said, no, he's passing. And he came back to me. I was at like the fucking like 9 mile mark still. So I had like 3 miles left. And he pulls up to me and he's like, come on, let's fucking go. And he like basically just fucking grabs me and we're just running next to each other at like this fucking weak ass trot because I'm fucking weak at this point. I'm covered in sweat. It had rained while we were doing this, so my bag went from like 40 to like 50 pounds
Okay.
just from being wet. And I remember I was like wildly off time. I was like 20 minutes behind the projected time still, like in my brain. And he just was there the whole time, just pushing me. And we ended up, I made it with 3 minutes under the time. So I passed, which was great. And that was just one. And then he went in and he put me up for an award for that because he's like, this guy shaved 40 minutes off his time in like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was just a really good guy. He taught me a lot, and he was a great role model for like how a soldier should be, other than like the whole female thing. But again, I don't even know if that's true. So
Yeah, but that's the thing. Out of like, I have to think about the human side too. Like, if they send a report, let's say somebody did bad thing, and then the person above have to send a report. Do they want the beef? Because first of all, that means their management is shit because they have people under them in manager position that cannot control themselves. So they would also get in trouble, and then they have to clean up the shit. So it's easier to just, make it disappear, make it gone, than to actually deal with the problem. So,
yeah, a lot of the times what it ends up being is they'll just take the person who made the report and they'll just like send them to a different place.
wow.
What's my opinion on women in the military? I think that it depends on the job. So when I joined the infantry, they had just started letting women into combat roles for the first time. And there's a lot of problems with that. Not because they're women, but also a little bit because they're women, right? Because women have
obviously.
more fragile hips, right? For example, so like, I saw a few women like start like be running with that 40-pound bag and their hip will just fucking break.
Oh shit.
And then they're boom, military career over. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I don't have an issue with women being in every other job, but I think that combat roles are very difficult for women to meet the standard of what you would need to be in combat for.
That's crazy.
So I mean, if it's a ripped woman, if she's fucking jacked, yeah, she can keep up with a lot of the men. She could probably do better than me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if she's like an average woman who joins the army and she goes into a combat role, she's probably going to break a hip. You know what I mean? So it's
But that's also like it's true, you know, like we're not made the same, you like it or
yeah.
not, and different muscle structure and different bone structure, you know, so it's natural. Same as I wouldn't go to fucking, you know, I wouldn't be able to do the shit that the army people does,
Yeah.
but my body can withstand more, I would say, than an average woman. So
Well, one of the big problems in the debate in the military right now is that they keep lowering the standard to make it
right,
easier for mostly women, sometimes just fat men, right? Because there are some fatses in the military. I was
yeah,
there. Of course, I tried my ass off, so I wasn't fat for the whole time. Um, but the standard just kept going down. Like I remember when I first joined, the standard for a 2 mile run was like 15 minutes and like I think like 30 seconds. I'm not sure. Um, by the time I left, it was 21 minutes, and that was in
oh
3 years.
shit,
That was over the course of 3 years. So it's
that's
like, where
like
do we draw the line of
50%.
like lowering the standards? And isn't that? I feel
Wow.
like that's more insulting to women to lower the standards so that they
Yeah.
can get in my
In
opinion, I don't know how
general,
they
it's
feel, but
also like, okay, when you actually need to use the skills you get, you know, and if you lower the bar so much that the skills that you have now are 50% less than the skills that 2 years ago, that if you actually get in trouble, let's say military situation,
mhm.
and you need to like be able to do this and that, and you're not able, so you put yourself and people around you in danger. So why would you? I don't understand. Why would you try to, you know, keep like people who are not able to get into the army, let them get into the army? Yeah, be the best, ready to you
Yeah.
know to fight, and Pixel says make the standards higher. There we go.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I mean, there were certainly women that I met while I was in that were fucking better at the job than I was, right? Like
Yeah.
my one of my direct sergeants that I had, because people get promoted during my time in, right? So it changes. Um, one of my direct superiors was my Sergeant G. She was a homosexual lady who joined the army. She joined the army to wipe her criminal record clean because she used to be addicted to heroin, which is fucking crazy. Um, and she's like,
That's
"Well,
great.
if I left," she's like from deep Alabama, so she had that fucking roll tide, thick fucking accent, brother. Fucking um, so she was like, "Well, I fucking if I left the army, I don't know what I'd probably do heroin again."
Right,
So she
right.
put all of her fucking everything into being in the army,
Yeah, yeah.
and I would trust her with my life. But then there was also
Exactly.
people like Private C, we'll call her, who she got with she she had sex with this guy who was also in our unit, who had a pregnant wife.
Oh,
Um, so that he cheated on his wife with this private,
okay.
and then it turns out that this private had chlamydia.
Oh.
So she gave him chlamydia, and then he went home and fucked his pregnant wife, and then the baby came out with chlamydia all over it. So
Ah.
then you also hear about shit like that, and like, okay, like this lady just fucked in the porta potty. That was also one that happened, and
Ah.
of course everybody's a mixed bag, right? Like guys are fucked up too. We're terrible people too. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, I think that lowering the standards is one insulting to women, especially when, again, this lady that I knew dusted me and everything.
Right.
Like if you're a woman, you can be the standard. It's just a matter of how bad you want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's
It's
the thing. It's not all like there should be, of course, standards for basic shit, right? Because
right.
military personnel, you also need, you know, cooks, people who can take care about cars and bullshit, and mechanics, and basic, like you
Mhm.
said, HR people. So I'm sure there should be a threshold per se. If you meet this standard, you can work these jobs. If you want to know upgrade, you need to meet other standards. That's for that's field work, so I don't believe that everybody should be on the same scale.
Well, that's what they tried to do towards the end of my time then was, ironically, the 21-minute timer for the 2 mile was for combat roles. If you wanted to be
crazy.
in HR, you only need like a 23, which is fucking nuts. That's like basically walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's like barely faster than walking. You could probably do that speed walking. Honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. But then you've got like this guy. I met this guy in basic who was an Olympic runner.
Oh shit.
And this guy ran a fucking, like, I think it was like a 6-minute mile. His fucking normal running speed was faster than my full sprint speed.
Holy shit.
This guy was fucking, that guy dusted. And then you got fucking, I don't know, like an HR person just has to speed walk. But fair enough, I guess, right?
Yeah, if you're just sitting on a table, like what? As long as you have enough to like do the stuff around the base, and if the base gets attacked, you're able to do the shit you need to do. But you're not going on operational stuff. You don't need to, like hike and like, chase the bunny. Like, I don't believe you need like meet a full standard if you have a basic job in the military. If you're a mechanic, why the fuck you need to be running? Like,
well, that's one of the things too, right? Is a lot of these jobs don't even they're nowhere near the front line. You know what I mean? Like, one of the greatest powers that the United States military has is the ability to deploy a Burger King anywhere in the world within 24 hours. So like we can build a whole base with 10,000 soldiers guarding it, and then that's where everybody who doesn't really work the crazy jobs hangs out, and they get Burger King and shit, and then like some other guys in the middle of the fucking mountains shitting in a bag. You know what I mean? Like that's the guy.
Yeah. Oh man, I believe the military is 1000% necessary, but it's just I think they need to weed out more. I understand they don't want to lose numbers, and now to keep getting like the funds and shit, you need to like reach the quotas. But I would rather we say, oh, sorry, this year we did not get as many people, than just, oh, we got enough, but we got like this scum, We just took the worst of the worst and we just forced them to be in that. I would prefer them to take less people and just have it proper and done than to take, meet the quota and reach their KPI and shit. And oh, look at me, I'm getting a tick on the paper because I managed to get enough people to, for the funding. Like, I don't know. I would rather have professionals.
They're having trouble meeting their recruiting standards nowadays in terms of numbers, just because I do think that me talking about it is very important, because we live in an age now where somebody can get out of the military, and I can sit here and you have 10 viewers right now. I can tell all 10 of these people, hey, it's not as fun as it fucking looks, guys.
No, it's a serious thing. It's not just, in our country, for example, it's not like we don't have ads. Oh, come to the military. We're doing this cool shit. We're shooting guns. We don't do any of that.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you're going for, Like there's no like trying to trick people. You're just forced. Like we used to have like forced military. And then you just go be there for a few years and you get out and you're like a reserve per se. But when you go to the military, they tell you exactly what's the expectations, and it's proper tough job.
Let's see, Pixel wants a Suicide Squad like the fucking movie.
Go back. Wow. Okay.
The people
this is where we could send
the USSR thing, right?
This is where we could send the homeless junkies. We just say, hey, you want more drugs? You go, fight those guys, and we send 100,000 homeless to attack somebody.
Yeah, we send the 100,000 people living in the sewers in Kensington, and we put them on the Ukrainian lines, and we put a fentanyl pill in their MRE.
Yeah, they already know how to dig, how to like live underground, and they know exactly what they're doing. How do you feel about people getting retired and becoming homeless and not being able to socialize properly back when they leave the military service? What's your have you
I
met?
think, yeah, it's a sad problem. We in America we lose 22 veterans a day to ending their time on Earth, right? For lack of a better word. Um, and it is a big problem. Now, I'm very lucky because I went through the process when I was getting out the right way to where everything that's fucked up about me, that's why I don't work, right? Because
Mm,
mentally I'm very, very damaged. I know it comes, you guys don't see a lot of it on stream, but like in the late nights of the hours, I do struggle a lot. And not to be like, oh, woe is me, head ass, but like, it is a very real problem. And I also have both my knees are very damaged, and both my shins are very damaged, and my back
mm,
is very damaged. Um, so I get disability, right?
right.
And a lot of people don't go through the process the right way when they get out, and they don't get compensated for what they gave, and that's why they end up homeless, right? Is they don't know
Right.
the proper way to get
So
compensated.
are they not being like led? Oh, this is what you need to do. This is what's gonna happen. They just fucking leave their shit and they're out. Like how can
It
they
depends on
allow?
their. A lot of it is based on their leadership, right? So I talked a lot of shit about the people that were in charge of me, but um, they did help me get out the right way, and they told me like, hey, you need to go here on this day and see this doctor, and then he needs to say this, and then you need to go to this doctor, and then this doctor. They give you like a whole list,
Right.
and then some people, I mean, let's say you get a dishonorable discharge, right? Like you crash out, you beat the shit out of somebody, you get dishonorable, which is like a felony, right? So you're basically you basically just committed a crime, so you're not going to get hired at a job.
Right. Right.
And now you've been kicked out, so you don't know how to get compensation for whatever you might have gone through when you were in, because there's nobody to guide you anymore. Um, so that's how they end up homeless a lot of the time, and yeah, it's very sad. I don't really know what the solution is the sad part. I
Well,
don't really
somebody
know.
asked you like you if you have like a proper section of like HR to properly take care of people, and let's say I don't know, even if they like quit or something, catch up with them and see what's happening. Are they getting the payments? Are they, do they need any help or something? Because when you are, I believe personally, when you give your life for for the country should, check on you and see what the fuck is happening. Because
Well, I will say that the military did check on me after I got out. I will say that. So what they did is they have this program when you get out. The VA calls you, the Veterans Affairs, which is like, for those who don't know, that's like they uh, they run like the health insurance for veterans. They run the
right.
compensation, the disability, and all that. Um, so they called me 3 weeks after I got out,
Mm-hmm.
and they said like, "Hey, how's it going? How are you readjusting? Do you need any help at all?" And then I said, blah 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 blah. I'm doing all right. Um, then they called me again in 3 months. Same thing, same conversation. Then they called me again in 6 months, and then they called me again in a year after that, and then that was it. They haven't called me
Mm-hmm.
since. Um, and they also do checkups too, like if you're receiving compensation, every 5 years your name gets put into a lotto hat. Um, and they'll like if they draw your name, you go in for like a checkup to see like how your injuries are doing, essentially.
Yeah.
My buddy's been funding the VA for 10 years trying to get his disability. That's tough. It's very hard if you don't do it the right way when you're in to get it once you're out.
Right. Because after you're out, anything can happen to you. There's no
Yeah.
proof that you got hurt at military.
That's a big problem too, is a lot of people in the army are told like, do not, if you go to like the hospital, you're a pussy, right? So like
Oh shit.
there's no a lot of times the problem people run into is that there's no records of what happened to them
Yeah.
because they're told like, hey, you're being a pussy if you go. So there's no record of it ever happening. And then when you
Right.
go to get compensation for it, they need a record of it happening. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I had to go to therapy for 2 years while I was in. before they were finally like, okay, dude, like your brain is fucked up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that was the only reason I got like anything really. And then I have like really bad burns on my hands. I don't know if I've ever showed my chat, but I remember one time I was climbing this rope because for air assault school you have to like climb a rope. You have to go
Yeah.
fucking up and down. It's
Yeah.
fucking annoying. Um, but they have like hazing and shit. I'm not gonna talk too much shit about hazing because it is what it is, right? It's the army. It's basically a fraternity. Um, but I was climbing this rope up and down for like a fucking hour, and I remember I was starting to get dizzy, and then I got to the top of the rope, and I was like 40 feet in the fucking air,
Oh shit.
and I looked down, and I'm like, I'm too tired to go down. So then I just slid on my hands for like half the distance.
Okay.
So I got really bad rope burns on my hands, and then
Oh shit.
this is why my back is fucked up. Then I fell the remaining 20 feet onto my back.
Ah.
Um, but luckily, I was in so much pain that I was like, I'm going to a fucking hospital because if I hadn't, I would get nothing from that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's the thing. Like somebody should supervise this shit. I'm sure they do want to save money and they don't want to do this, but that's the price. People, sacrifice their bodies and their minds for the country, and you should be, taken care of and paid for it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, you have trillions of dollars being paid for the military, so fucking pay up the veterans. To me, this is what I don't understand. Like having the veterans, homeless and just fucked up, and not being
Mhm.
able to find a new job or like go back into society. Like, bro,
Right. I
if
mean, I'm pretty open about it, right? So, like, for me, I'm considered 80% disabled, right? So I
uh
could still work in theory. I I think it should be a little bit higher because obviously I'm very fucked up. Um,
right.
but I receive 24,000 a year in compensation in total.
Mm-hmm.
So that's enough for me to like pay rent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do
So
they
the issue
tax
isn't
it?
really the money. No, they don't tax it
Okay, thank God
because
for
it
that.
comes from taxes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, yeah, the issue isn't the amount of money that they have to give out. The issue is that, well, again, the lack of records and
Right.
people just not knowing how to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they
They
got the
need.
money. They got the money to throw around like nothing.
They just need a better setup to. I'm sure there will be people too who abuse it. Fuck it. But
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I mean,
People abuse
the,
every system though, no matter what
exactly.
government, no matter what
Yeah.
country, right? So
Exactly.
as long as the good outweighs the bad, especially if it does it significantly,
Yeah.
then it's still a good system, you know.
Oh fuck, man. What can I say?
But we
Military
can move on.
necessary,
Oh,
military necessary, but also lots of downsides. It's one of those
okay.
jobs you cannot like. It's not perfect. It will never be perfect, but you cannot go without it.
As much as it fucked me up, if I could go back, I would still do it again. I'll say that.
Hmm. Was an experience, I bet.
But maybe that's Stockholm syndrome. Who knows?
Could be. Yeah. Could be. Okay. Let's move on. Let's get a new one. This was good. I like this one.
Yeah.
Personal experience. My ones are just stupid topics.
Oh, it's
Uh
important. It's a good one. It's one that is very close to my heart to advertise about.
that's
You know.
good. That's good, man. I like it. Personal. And we actually, I didn't have much to say about it, but it's intriguing topic to me too.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, I wanted to talk about taxes, but we already complained about taxes all the time, so there's no point about that. I'm gonna write it down as miracles in life. And what I mean by that is shit that happens that either change your life or influence it in some way, or like, how to put it nicely. Shit, like for example, for me personally, I was supposed to be dead many times. Like I was supposed to die multiple times. The shit I did, and I just feels like either I'm not supposed to die normal death, or somebody's protecting me because there's no other way. Like
Right.
when I was a kid, I lived like I helped out my grandparents in the farm, and the amount of times like I fell with a knife or because there's like tractors and shit, like something happened with a tractor or fucking cows go berserk and try to kill you, and and I never got hurt even like remotely problematic. I would always avoid it. So for me this is an interesting topic because, for example, one event in my life I remember clear as day is I don't know, maybe I would say 8-10 years old, something like that, 8 to 10 years old. And we had a huge like farm spots with like grasslands, and we had a lot of animals in there, horses and cows mostly. And I was chasing. I decided I want to chase this horse. Okay, I'm gonna chase this horse. Why? I don't know why. And I was running after, and I was spooking it, like clapping my hands. Horse, I'm here, horse. I'm coming after you, horse. Haha. And the horse like, fuck you. And he kicks me, right? The horse kicks me. And I'm 10-year-old kid. I weigh nothing. And the horse is like fucking, it weighs like a car. And as the hoof went into my face, I could see it. I slipped on the wet grass. Wet grass, and I fell backwards, and I could like feel the hoof scratch my nose as it went up, and I went down. And I'm like, I almost died, because it's a fucking horse. They have insane strength. Like, if it kicks you, off it there's.
It's gonna go right through your fucking chest.
And I was like, okay, like that. What are the chances of me running, deciding I'm gonna fuck up this horse, and the ghost like, nah, I'm gonna fuck up you, and it kicked me, and what are the chances for me to slip on the grass and don't get fucked up? Because I would be like, you could definitely, I would not be normal. If it kicked me in the head, even if I survive, I wouldn't be the same after that. So to me, this is like, wow, like, oh, I survived. This is like fucking divine intervention. And I had this happen multiple times. Like,
it's interesting how many people have very similar experiences too, because there's definitely plenty of times where I probably should have kicked the fucking bucket too. And it's just like, who the fuck is saving me, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody like, either someone has your back, or the way you're going out is going to be so tremendously fucked up that this is not like, they cannot scratch you. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you're meant to do something in your life, or you're meant to die in a certain way, so other things cannot scratch you.
Do you believe in like destiny?
And
fate,
I would
perhaps?
say yes. I would say yes and no. As it's strange. Like, I want to believe and say yes, right? Because of course you're chasing for the purpose, right? You're chasing for the purpose, and what's the purpose of life, and this and that. So I kind of think there is a way, like there's something behind the scenes, right? I do get a lot of this deja vu moments in my life. So kind of think, okay, is this like, a vision or bullshit, or like, because my ones are like so fucked. I get like an accurate moment, like for example, I had the deja vu recently at work, where I'm sitting on my table, or not what the fuck, not on the table, but like near the table, and I'm watching my phone, and I'm scrolling the YouTube feed, and I see like one YouTube short about Spider-Man, one YouTube short about Batman, and one YouTube short about Superman, and all in a row, specific pictures. And I started scrolling, and I remember this deja vu, and I'm like, no way. There's no way, right? And like I scroll down, Spider-Man, okay, scroll down, Batman, scroll down, you know, Superman, exactly same pictures that I remember. I'm like, is this my mind playing with me, or like, you know, like what the fuck was this like? Is this like preset? Is your life preset? Like it makes you question things. You know what I mean?
And it's definitely, I've definitely had that happen too. Like very like, not even like important conversations, right? But like very like mundane conversations,
Yeah.
just like with random people, where I'm like, I've literally seen this before in my fucking brain,
Yeah.
and it makes you wonder, man, like how much. I believe in destiny and like fate a little bit as well, but I wonder how much of it is like created by us. You know what I mean?
True. Because
Because like
if you do
you do
nothing,
have to still want it. You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly. If you just sit down and do nothing, even if it's meant to be, nothing's, you know, nothing's gonna happen.
Right.
Kind of. But
It's
then,
like literally a physical example, right? Is I could sit here, right? I could sit here until I fucking die in game. Or I could get up and I could walk to the door and open the door and walk through it
yeah,
and just go drink water and get food. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And I think that translates to a lot of just random shit in life of like, I don't know, like again, the whole point is miracles. So it's a little bit off topic, but
Ah, it's fine.
yeah, miracle. It's always interesting. I wonder how much of like the indomitable human spirit like ties in with
That's the thing.
miracles. I guess.
What is like life itself is a fucking miracle. What is human spirit? You know, because I've seen this. I've seen this. People like talking like talk show host. There was like a very old video of like a talk show where this guy is like, okay, you you say, okay, hi, my name is John, right?
Mm,
Here, this is my house. This is, you know, my car, whatever, and this is me. This is my body. These are my hands. These are my legs. So who is me? Because I am John, but John is my name. So it's John is not me. It's just my name, and my
mm.
body is it's my body. Is it me or is it my, you know, like what are we? Because the consciousness, like, is it a separate energy? Is it, you know, like this?
What is your soul? You
Yeah.
know,
Is it a
I
soul?
get
Is
it.
it like this? Like, cause you can look at the monkey and say, okay, is the monkey understands the shit and having
Everything
this,
returned
like, you
to
know,
monkey.
like this exactly? Because I always think about this, like, what are you? You know, because like a lot of things, like you don't. For example, your body. You don't do anything with your body. You just move around. But your body
Right.
decides how to heal the wounds, how to digest the food, how much blood will be made today, how much, you know, is going to be moved in your brain, the oxygen and so on. So you decide nothing. Nothing. It's all automatic, all pre-made. You just have this vessel and it works by itself. Every cell knows what it's supposed to do. All that shit is happening. You don't decide, oh, okay, I think I'm gonna stop creating the blood in my bones now. Okay, let's turn it off, guys.
Right.
Like that's not how it works. So what the fuck are you? You're not in control. You're just there. So are
Even like,
you the conscience of all these molecules trying to survive?
mm,
Because you don't make any decisions. Oh, I'm gonna grow up into big blonde man with blue eyes. You don't get decide. Your body already knows what it's gonna look like or what it's gonna go for as it's growing up. You know, so you make zero decisions. You're just there existing. So what are
even
you?
like if you make a conscious decision, sometimes too, like your body won't let. Like for example, like biting your tongue off, right? Like if you just give
Oh
into
yeah,
your intrusive thoughts and you say like, I want to bite my tongue off right now, your
yeah,
body doesn't let you do that.
exactly.
So
Subconscious.
that's a good point. I wonder how much of our lives are just like our body is just like,
Exactly.
this is what
And
you're
the
gonna do
choices.
now.
Yeah. I want to eat. I want to eat this food. Why? Did you
Mm.
decide it or were you told by all the chemicals in your brain. Oh, we need this. Oh, we need this vitamin. We need this. I like this music. Did you make a choice that from now on I'm gonna like opera, or does it just sound good to you? So if it just sounds good to you, that means your body's made in certain way that so that those vibrations is, you know, making nice sounds for you to listen. That means your body grew up this way to like this music. It's not just, oh, I decided I'm gonna like this music, you know. You can like
It's crazy
lyrics.
too.
You can like lyrics, or I understand. Oh, I like the meaning of this lyrics, but like singing and everything else, you know, you like the vibrations is enjoyable. So your likeness for the like sound will be preset already.
Right. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Oh my fucking big brain. Holy shit. Oh my god.
So that's the thing.
Do I
Like for me,
music?
the subconscious is crazy to me. Like because that technically, that's another you in the background. So is it
Right.
me, or is it somebody else me, another me sitting in the background and, you know, delegating the task and everything else? Because for example, I find myself constantly singing the song, like an old song. I would never, for the love of me, remember the lyrics ever. I cannot pull it
Right.
right now, but I find myself singing word to, and I stop and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I was singing the song, but I don't know the words. So where does these words come from? So that means this like information is held, you know, somewhere. That means like everything you do is the information is there. You just can't access it, or you're not allowed to access it.
Well, you know what's a crazy statistic about humans too? That I didn't know this until a few months ago. Did you know that 40% of people don't have a subconscious?
What?
Like they just like, you know how like I'm assuming you have like a, when you talk to yourself, you have like a voice that like answers back, right? Like your own
Well,
voice kind of, or
no.
no?
No. What?
So
No,
like
I
when
don't.
I'm just sitting here talking and I'm thinking to myself like, okay, this is what Hollick is gonna say. I already know like where the conversation is going. I'm like filling in the blanks in my head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you do that or no?
No. I'm more of a reactive kind. Well, it's kind of automatic for me because I react, but I react faster if I don't think about it. So I don't think about, oh, he's
Maybe
gonna
it's
say
not
this and
subconscious,
that.
but like what is that word that, because Rose knows what I'm talking about. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
Because me and Rose both have that where like we fuck, what do you call that?
So you basically what you're telling me that you're crazy and you have voices in your head.
Yeah, no, I have God in my ear, and then he tells me what you're gonna say, and that's where deja vu comes from. That's
Right.
he's just directly in my head at all times because I'm special.
Right.
Nah,
So explain in more detail what you're talking about.
I mean, let me get some more accurate information.
Yeah.
Don't have inner monologue. There we go. That's a better way to
Oh,
describe
so
it.
just like you talk to yourself, you mean?
Yeah, kind of. It is estimated that between 30% and 50% of people don't have an inner monologue, meaning they don't think in words or have a voice in their head, quote unquote.
Oh, you mean if I think in the like language, or like, yeah, I think in a language, like I speak in my mind. If something is happening, I say, oh, this is happening. I don't
It's
just
like having a
think about
silent
it.
conversation with yourself, kind
Yeah,
of, I
yeah, yeah.
guess.
That I have. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you do have
I
that.
have this conversation with my boss recently, and I made her laugh. I cracked her up, and I said, we were talking about some bullshit. And I said, what do you think deaf people that are deaf from the beginning of the what language do they think in? And
Ah,
she said they don't think any language. I'm like, well, you have to like, because how, you know, there's like specific ways you can like understand shit when you're talking about it, because they have specific names and explanations. Like, no, nobody's thinking in fucking sentences. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, you just think about things. I'm like, what do you mean just think? Oh, if I look at the red carpet, I don't think, oh, it's a red carpet. You just think there's nothing going on. Like, what do you mean? So, and I was like making a remark that she is like a Neanderthal. She doesn't speak English. She's and she just like cracked up. And thank God she cracked up on that, because she's my boss and she could have kicked my ass.
She would have fired you.
But I was like, oh, I don't think. I just see that carpet like a baboon would think.
Oh, everything comes back to monkey.
Always, bro. And so for me, that's now I understand that. Yes, I talk to myself, and when I think about something, I think in sentences rather than just existing and like looking at stuff.
Isn't the low number, even like the low percent of the 30% that people
Really?
don't do that? That's the low number. 30% of people don't do that. Isn't that fucking crazy? Like, no wonder you're fucking doing this, like throwing an alligator through a fucking drive-through window, Florida. You don't think. You don't talk to yourself.
Shit. So is 30% have or don't have?
Don't have.
What?
30 to 50%. That 30% is the low estimate.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
People just walk around. They just walk around and just exist. Like, that's crazy.
But that's the okay. That blows my mind. Like,
so one of the viewers right now doesn't have that, and if you don't have it, we need you to speak up right now.
Tell me which one. Which one of you guys? Say it immediately. It's nothing gonna happen bad to you. We promise. How uninteresting it must be without it. I think it's just like. It's not uninteresting. It's just you just don't know it exists. Like nothing.
It might be even better
changes
because you just don't have all that time to like think to yourself.
But that's the thing. Are they running on automatic function? You know, because when I like they can just be like have subconscious doing all the bullshit thinking for them. They might not need to have inner monologue because it's running on auto. You know what I mean?
Right.
It does not mean.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it does not mean that they're dumber or anything like that. It's just I'm not gonna complete my sentence. It was very rude. back to baboon.
Back to miracles. Like what? Like that whole thing about like the horse, dude. Like I don't like. There has to be like somebody watching out because you hear about people like. Dying in the dumbest ways possible.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, but then there's like guys who like. Have you ever heard the story of the guy who got like? He won the lottery twice, got struck by lightning like 4 times, and was in 2 train crashes, and he's just like living his life.
No.
Like how are you alive? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then again, you have to think like. Is it just luck? It could be just luck. Because, for example, all the people that are alive now, most of them are alive because of luck. Because bad things did not happen to them. There was no natural selection. That their parents, like, the chances that your parents met each other and that you were born is, like, into the, like, billions, right? So, it could be just luck. I don't know.
You are the culmination of thousands of years of human interbreeding. Does that mean that you were destined to be born and that you were destined to live?
Yeah. Like for example, again with this like surviving, how many times I have not, for example, I was walking down the street and the crossroads, right? It's like green light for pedestrians and you cross the road, and I have my headphones on and I'm looking through my hoodie down on the floor and just thinking something, and I hear this, not a voice, but just thinking to myself, oh, careful car. But I don't see the road. I only see what's, like, the hoodie is blocking the sides of my face, right?
It's like your mom was next to you and she, like, reminded you.
Yeah,
like,
look but it was in my head, oh, careful car. I'm like, what? And I look, and the car goes through the fucking red light. I'm like, that could have been me. You know?
Now, if you don't have an inner monologue, do you die there?
I mean, we will never know. I guess so. I guess so. But and like how many times I have like fallen with instruments like knives and fucking screwdrivers, and like we had like giant scythes, you know, like because we didn't have like technology in the farm, so you like had this huge scythe to cut the grass, like old school way. And those things are insanely dangerous They're
Oh yeah, it's like a
they're
3-foot
extremely
curved
sharp.
blade.
They're sharp enough so you can just cut the blade of grass just by touching it. Okay? Because you
Yeah,
have to
you
like
would you die because you
angle
die
it.
if that
Yeah.
touches you.
Yeah. And how many times I have fallen on it or it falling on me, and like it goes through like my hoodie, or like my, like it goes close to me enough to pierce my pants, but don't hit me.
Hmm.
So I have this huge hole, fucking knives in my pants that's stuck in the floor, but it didn't hit me. That's, I mean, either I'm extremely lucky or like, I don't know. And like
It's really strange.
I probably would have died 10 times, if not more. Because like all the shit, like falling down from fucking roof, you know, doing some bullshit things with like, I don't know, bad people, and they're just like, okay, no. I have this thing where like, especially like mafia people, like uh, criminals, they like me,
Hmm.
so I'm never in any trouble. I'm safer more with criminals than with like police or normal people. I don't know why. Every time there's like something, because my friends used to like run with like gangs and shit, and people, and I don't. I'm not into that life. But people see me and they're like, "Oh, I like you. Why?" You know. And all the criminals, they always like me. Why? And they don't want to hurt me. They don't want to do bullshit things to me. They're just happy with me. Like, not even like, okay, we're gonna, like get you in our gang. They don't want me in their gang. They just, oh, we like you. Stay here. Huh?
I know,
Like,
that's God telling him, "Yo, this dude's tight. He's supposed to go.
he's
He's supposed to go
based.
conquer the world. He's based.
He's
He's got some
based. Don't
separated
touch him.
things. Don't rob this guy."
He has the chi. What you call it? The Chinese
Yep.
call it chi.
Aura.
Aura. Yeah, aura. Oh yeah, 9,000 aura. So yeah,
I-
and I don't know. I just keep finding myself in these situations, and then you think, okay, like, am I like extremely lucky? But like, I never won any lottery, so that's no. But like anything, considering my
Well,
like
maybe
we
certain
have
people just max out the luck stat.
like
You
my
know what I mean?
survival skills is so insane. I go down the street and I'm like, nah, something is wrong. Let's go different street. And then you see like
Yep.
people stab each other like in the news or something. So like, is it the is our consciousness like collected and like touching each other? Like how does this all work? Like, can you like, because like, for example, pheromones and shit, like animals can smell your pheromones, right? Like the fucking smell of your chemical brain shit, and they can tell if you are a good person or bad person, or if you want to hurt them and shit, right? So
Right.
can we do that? Is it possible that you get some of that knowledge through the oxygen and air, or I don't know.
I read a stat somewhere. I can't find it now, so it might have been fake. But I remember reading it somewhere that humans pick up like 90% of their usable information from like vibes. Like you read the
Right.
vibe check,
Yeah.
and I do wonder how much of that is like.
But that's the thing. Yeah. I believe
It makes
that.
you wonder how much of it is like intuition, and
Yeah.
then, or if it isn't intuition at all, and maybe it's just God being like, "Yo, bruh, if you
Or
walk down the street right now, you are gonna die."
if we're not all connected, okay? This is my theory to like subconscious connection to whatever we are all connected, our souls, whatever, touching some kind of thing in the space, in the cosmos. When somebody is looking at you, you know exactly the angle they're looking at you and where they're looking from, and you can look directly in their eyes. And you can feel that, oh, someone's looking at you. You look them in the eyes directly. There's no like, oh, who's looking at me? You know exactly who's looking at you. Why? How? They look like, even if there's someone is standing behind you, you get a feeling like, oh, someone's looking at me. And you turn around, look at them, and you look exactly into their eyes. How is that? Do you ever get this?
Dumb it down a little bit more for me.
Sorry?
Make it dumber for me.
Dumber.
You know what I
You
mean?
know, like
Yeah.
when you're, imagine you're walking past somebody, you look at them from behind, right?
Right.
They're doing something, they turn away from you, you look at them from behind, and then they turn around and look into your eyes.
Mm.
if they don't see you looking at them, how can they feel you looking at them? So they
Oh,
turn,
true.
yeah. So to
But
me,
then,
it's like,
like, that's
like
what's
it,
scary too. Is like, why do you wake up in the middle of the night too? Because that's what some people like. What are you getting stared at by a fucking ghost? Like, is it mean mugging you?
oh, okay, okay,
You know,
I
like
see.
that's why some people wake up randomly in the middle of the night. They wonder, you know.
Okay, I could see that. So that's the thing. Like, is it like how can you feel the eyesight? You know what I mean? Because I constantly get myself either I'm looking at somebody and they turn around and I'm looking from them from an angle. There's no way of them knowing me that I look at them, and then they
Right.
look around and look at me. How the fuck do you feel that? Like, what is this? Is the eyes like some kind of fucking antenna and like you pick it up or like? Because
That's got to be some type of fucking curse, dude. I don't know. That's like some witch put a curse on our fucking bloodline like 10,000 years ago, and now we
What's
can
the
like
cause?
anytime a human looks at you, you will know it. Abracadabra, like that type of shit. I
Abracadabra.
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know,
Another
bro. That's
thing,
fucking
another thing to me, what's like insane is the muse. You know, you get inspiration to do something,
mm,
and it's not like, oh, I decided I'm gonna write something and then I do it, or
it
like,
comes
oh,
to you.
it just fucking bam, and you get it. Like, what is it? Is it the guy in the subconscious? Is it the other me?
And you almost get like possessed by like an
Always,
energy that you don't
always.
normally have to get it done. Also,
Always, 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 always. So, for example, I decided, oh, I want to make some, like goofy comedy music, like a song. I need the lyrics.
mm,
I'm working at work. I'm focusing on, like, because I work in retail, like I'm separating clothes, right? And it comes to me, bam, this idea about social justice warrior, like a song and like the lyric, and it just keeps coming, and I'm fucking, oh fuck, oh, wait, I need to write it down,
let me write it down.
and it just it just goes, and I was not even focusing on it. I decided like a couple days ago, oh, I want to do something about it. I want the lyrics. I want to imagine, what would be funny to say, and then I'm doing like some random shit, and it just bam, and it comes to you. So are you in control? You're not, because you don't decide. It just comes to you. So who is making that, content? Where does it come from? From your subconscious? So is your subconscious like typing the shit out and deciding, nah, this we're gonna cut it. He doesn't need to know this. Or like, oh,
Oh
okay,
my
oh, this
god,
is good enough. Okay, let me push this through to the big guy. Okay, this is cool. Like how does it get decided when you get, and how do you get information? Because to me that's crazy. Like the
it's because
muse.
I got it. It's because God is always watching, and God is like chat. So chat tells you what they want, but God can't do that. So he just tells you through your fucking brain.
That would be
And then
crazy.
God, like, oh my God, it's him.
That'd be
It
crazy.
must be.
So to me, all of this like subconscious thing is fascinating. Because
Right.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure, like just simple things like that you can feel shit and like it just comes to you. How is it all connected? Like
It's
blows
definitely
my
very
mind.
strange. Like, it truly doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
And that's what's weird about being alive, too, is that there's so many things that, like, I don't think we'll ever fully understand about being alive.
Oh, true. But I think like that's part of the fun, like the chase. You know,
Right.
if you knew everything, how everything is made, and if God exists or not, I think you just be done. It's the same.
Right.
Like I always take this example, like from gaming. When you finish the video game, it's done. The the
Right.
the 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 video game is the journey from beginning to it. So the middle part is the video game. I believe it's the same with life. Once you figure out everything, it's like there's no point. Nothing. It's just the the point of life is to like do and try to achieve something, and it's the journey. If that
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
That's
No, it
I
makes
mean
sense.
that's how I see it. Oh,
Yeah,
it
I
says we
mean,
have a natural set of behavior, but we're made by our environment. I guess.
but I just don't think that answers a lot of the questions either, though. Of like, I don't know. Like you said, I think a big part of the point of life is to just like experience it. But like at the same time, there's that indomitable human like spirit of like, I need to go fucking uncharted lands.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And discover
Exploration.
spaces that people don't know yet. And
Yeah,
just, that's what I love about humanity. Like, as shitty as humanity is a lot of the time, we are truly just fucking goated.
yeah. That's
Because,
true.
like, we'll be like, we have this problem. Then one guy is just tinkering in his fucking garage, and all he has is a wrench and like 5 pieces of scrap metal.
Yeah.
And then he just fixes the problem.
Yeah.
Like, how, like, that's just goated. That's just crazy, no?
Yeah. 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 Okay. I think that's it
Um,
for this one.
yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think any of my other topics are as good as the ones we talked about. So
What you got? Tell
I
me.
was just gonna talk more about the indomitable human spirit. I always thought that it's interesting how like people can just survive fucking anything. But I think we should just call it, you know.
How much was it? 2.5 hours. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Just of shit talk. That's not bad.
Fuck, that was good. It didn't feel that long, you know. I thought it
And
was a great
I
stream.
still have a few in the bank, so I'm just gonna keep it for next time. This was perfect because it didn't feel rushed, and I really like the military stuff. I feel like your choice for the personal shit was really good. Honestly,
Yeah,
I really like the military talk, and I think that people enjoyed it the most probably.
yeah. I think my passion for that topic really shines through because you got to remember I lived that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen people suffer and come out of it, and it's important for me to whatever small platform I have to
That's good.
advocate for that. You know?
And again, like even for myself, like I don't have any experience with that, so it gives you a first point view from the people who actually been in military, and you get to know shit that you like. It would not even like pass through your mind, like all
Mm-hmm.
the stories and like the unfairness of the management, and like what happens after the military too. Like you would never see this, right,
Right.
in any other situation.
Oh yeah.
So I think this was really good.
I appreciate you
Anyways,
letting me talk about that.
hey
You
bro,
know,
this was fun, man.
any platform I can talk about it, I'm always happy to.
This was fun, honestly. I think this is a good model to uh speak your mind and let people like bring their own subjects. I think it works really well because I really
Yeah.
liked when we did your the Yap Squad, and I feel like there's a really nice potential for the conversation. So that's why I figured, hey, let's do let's do more of
Oh yeah.
that. Let's do more of that.
I think when you're doing stuff like this, it's important to. It's easier when you have people who have like a natural flow of conversation, right? Which is, I think, why we're so good at it in the App
Right.
Squad. Is I feel like I can talk to anybody about literally anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel bad. Whoever's got to shine me up, you know what I mean? Because it's gonna be a rough.
No, but it's
I
fine.
don't
It's
know.
it's it's also about um, like if you were not such talkative, I would try to dig out the information and just
Right.
try to grab something to make you interested and like see what you hook into, and then just push onto
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think that's definitely the most important part of it for the future is just keeping that natural flow.
true. Well, currently
Well,
we have quite a few people, so I'm definitely want to get Mo. So I'm gonna talk to him after and see when we can book
oh
him
yeah,
in. So yeah,
I'll
thank you
be
very
tuning in. I
much.
like the show.
Sorry.
So I'll be tuning in. I like
Of
the
course.
premise of it. It's fun.
Of course. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you guys for choosing your precious time to spend with us, and I hope it was interesting for you. And we covered some bullshit topics and some very good topics. So yeah, It was a good mix. Other than that, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We're gonna have another show. I want to do this actually every Saturday. That would be most perfect, you know. Just have something easy, talk a bit. See, there's no like time frame, like you know, we don't need to like try to fit any, you know, oh, this is 8 hours. We need to fit in 8 hours and just get random. No, we just talk until it's done. And I really like the emotional stuff, like emotional part from it, that it comes, you know, from general life situations and such. Yeah. This is it. This is Holic and Mamba, guys. Have a look at Mamba's Twitch. Let me just give you a shout out. How can I do it?
I think it's !SO.
Is it? I don't think so. Let me try.
If you have Stream Elements, do you?
It might have been blocked because Stream Elements was one of them was very very mean to me, and I closed the bot because he was banning people because he didn't like that they were used too many exclamation points or too many emotes. Like, dude, no.
Yeah, it takes time. I really had to like go in there and like change a whole bunch of shit before mine started working.
Yeah. So I had to fix it and I couldn't, and I just said, you know what? If you don't want to listen to me, you will not be able to, you know, work, and I just turn it off completely.
Tries to take it back to his corner.
Oh god!
But I mean, I can put my own link in there if that works. Maybe.
There we go.
Oh,
after 15 years, it was actually good. So yeah, this was podcast with Mamba. Have a look at his Twitch. No, they have a Discord that you can join. That's it. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let me plug the App Squad. I have got a mandated contract.
Of course.
If you guys like this kind of long form content, we also have the App Squad. That's my podcast with my roommate Momo, my best friend. I'll leave that there. You guys don't have to do anything.
I think it blocks because I see only.
Oh,
I think it just blocks. Oopsies.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you having me on, brother. I'll let you wrap up your stream in peace. I'll head out.
Thank you very much.
Much love. Goodbye, chat. Love you guys. Bye.
Have a good one. Okay. So, my plan for tonight is we're gonna wrap this up. Definitely have a look at Mamba. They have a nice podcast going on their Discord and the Twitch. Other than that, I'm gonna have some rest, and we're gonna come back and play some Marvel Rivals. I think that's a good call. Yeah, I think maybe a half an hour, maybe an hour, and we're gonna come back and play some games. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was really fun, interesting to me, and I hope I didn't, you know, talk shit too much. I hope it was enjoyable. So yeah, this is for now. Have a wonderful evening if we don't see you tonight anymore. If we do, I'll see you later. Okay, have a good one. Ciao.